All right, it is a Saturday night on NBC, I guess, or Peacock. That can only mean one thing. It is time for a watch along from the fastest rising pro wrestling live stream podcast on the internet today. It is time for Tooney Talk TV and our Saturday night's main event WWE watch along. Folks, my name is Marvin. I am the Movie Monster, and I am pleased to welcome you guys here with us tonight. I am starting things off tonight Han style, solo, because Kevin is not here yet, and Mish is also on his way. But the show must go on, and I said 7:30, and I was getting pushing it by not starting the show. So here we are. Me, myself, and me and the voices in my head. That's right, Jobber Monster. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to have me going back and forth with Trip tonight. But, let's see. I see a bunch of you guys out there. We see AEW Neckbeards out there in the chat, the producer of this show. The wise man of this show and our assistant wise man, John JID999. Very happy to see both of them in there at this time. If you're not a member of our Discord server, guys, you can go ahead and head over there to toonydis.lol and you'll be able to join that. By the way, I know it's Tooney Town Wrestling stream, but I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed over at Tooney Town TV. That is we had a major milestone over there today, which Tooney Town Wrestling passed about a month or so ago. 5,000 subscribers. So that is fantastic. Yeah, Awful. I know that you're here, but you're not here. Like you're not like Neckbeard and John are like doing their like the thing that they do here tonight. You're not on the show, but yes, you are here too, and I appreciate having you here, Awful. As I talk to no one and myself. But yes, so we will be having a celebratory 5,000 subscriber celebration going on Thursday at 8 p.m. for our usual Tooney Talk TV show over there. And there'll be some special guests and a whole bunch of fun going on. So we have got Saturday night's main event. It's going to be a fun-filled night, guys. Sans Hulk Hogan, apparently. Apparently the Hulkster is not making an appearance, says due to family issues. I don't know why, but we got to get to your super chats, guys, because as you know, this show is a show for you guys, but also funded by you guys, because a lot of these streams end up getting demonetized. You guys and your super chats are what keeps the channel afloat. So thank you very much for that. I very much appreciate it. So any super chats you guys have, you'll show up on the screen. We read all super chats. We tend to take little breaks throughout the show to read the super chats. We will break for any super chat of $50 or more. That immediately gets you to break right into the show and get your thoughts read aloud. But Connor Hassler for $3 says, "Love this channel. Makes me laugh every time." Well, I'm glad to hear that, Connor, because that is what we strive to do here. We definitely strive for laughter, as we do believe it is the best medicine. John Williams says Kevin's late for having to box a grizzly bear. Well, let's be real. If they were he was fighting a grizzly bear, it'd be wrestling. It wouldn't be boxing. Regina Sharp for $5. I picked Glomgold to win the Royal Rumble. Glomgold! 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 If he's in it, then let's hope I pick him in the Rumble pool. We have picked our numbers, by the way. Not a glowy for $5 says, "Get ready for Jey Uso, your new world champion." Yeet. No, I'm not gonna get ready for that. Though it could happen. Yeah. John Williams 499. Family issues translation is Jesse said, "No way in hell am I sharing the screen with that bastard." Yes, because as we all know, Jesse the Body Ventura and Hulk Hogan very much do not like Jesse Ventura very much does not like Hulk Hogan. You and Kimmy says, "I learned about DuckTales from this channel." Good. I'm spreading the good word of Scrooge McDuck throughout this channel, I guess. All right, so we got about 22 minutes before the show kicks off. So what do you guys want to talk about? I guess is the colloquial phrase they say around these parts. But let's go over the card for tonight. Saturday night's main event card. Let's see, from CBS Sports. So, CBS Sports is saying World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Jey Uso. I'll give you my pick. I think Gunther's going to take it. Everybody thinks Gunther's not going to take the belt to Mania, but I don't know, man. I have a feeling that he's going to go to Mania. Though, and I cannot believe that these words are about to come out of my mouth, of all people. But if they're going to do it, maybe tonight's the night. Maybe tonight is the night for Yida Mania to run wild. It depends on what closes the show, right? Because as long as this closes the show, there's a definite chance. Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. So that should be good. That's gonna be a Haas fight. I have been such a fan of Sheamus the last couple of years. He is doing some really, really incredible work. And yeah, I very much can't wait to see what he's going to do in there with Braun Breaker. With Braun Breaker always impresses. Braun Strowman also will be fighting Jacob Fatu. That's going to be, speaking of Haas fights, that's going to be Monster versus Monster, and I am here for it. I very much like Braun. Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. I always love watching these two go at it. I like it because Rhea is strong enough to throw Nia around, and it's just an interesting way to have Nia on the defensive for once. Undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will sign a contract. Well, it will be a match. There's going to be 5. The 2 are in the ring on Saturday night. Hold on one second. I just have to answer a quick message. Yeah, we all know how these contract signings go, guys. Somebody's gonna stab somebody with a pen and sign in their own blood and all, that great stuff. Sorry, this is the trouble of it's the problem with having to be by myself here is when I get sidetracked with a work thing. There's awkward silences on the show, but this won't be for long because we will have Kevin and Mish here very soon. Let me also just go through my hold on one second. All right, let's see what you guys are asking in the chat here. Just because nobody else is here, so I'm just going to answer some of your questions. LK says, "Do you believe I do? If I may quote Harrison Ford, I don't care. Ibo is not a wrestling personality. He is barely a wrestling news personality. I don't care in any way, shape, or form what he does. I don't care who he talks to. I don't care what he says. I don't care what people say about him. There is nothing in this world that I care about less than the IWC drama. I mean, there is absolutely like I had to literally ask the guys today. I was like, guys, what the hell is going on with all this? Because like my timeline was just like, and the second they started explaining it to me, I was like, I don't care. I absolutely don't care. John Williams 499 says, TK Monster, my fans are turning on me. Give me a hug. Are his fans turning on him? Because that would be great. I would love it if his fans were turning on him. See, now him I'll talk about because with Tony, it's definitely a whole different ball game because Tony is obviously a wrestling personality as much as he shouldn't be. He is. So still waiting for the show to start. I am going to send a quick text to Mish to see when he is popping in. And he's inviting Joe as well. I don't know if either. I'm pretty sure Mish is coming, but I don't know about Joe. Just sending a question. This is almost here. I'm alone on the air. Las Vegas Jared says, why is Marv sounding less Jersey tonight? I don't know. I didn't think I was sounding less Jersey tonight. It's just my voice. I don't know. Sometimes the accent's thick, sometimes it's not as thick. It all depends on how tired I am, right? J-Log says, TK is a wrestling personality by simply being an owner of a company within the business. Yes, that is. Awful says he feels bad for not being here. You should. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. I understand that you can't be there. Not a glowy says, sounds pretty Jersey to me. Yeah, exactly. So, taking a sip of C4 energy drink, the official energy drink of the WWE. Which I always love when they have to say Prime is the official hydration drink of the WWE because C4 is the official energy drink. So let's see. Okay, says I feel bad for you too, awful. I'm just gonna let everybody heat on awful all they want because he walked into the fire. Last Call Podcast says, congrats on your success, Marvin, as you work hard, constantly hustling, and I'm very happy for you. Wishing you a great 2025. By the way, if Jay wins the title tonight, we want you to yeet. You know you want to. If he wins the title tonight, I promise I will yeet live on the air. How about that? I will yeet on the air if he wins the title tonight. There you go. My personal guarantee. I just really don't think he's going to win it tonight. I don't know. Let's see. Chef Eddie says you should have predictions on the show. Marv Kev's cat is undefeated in his picks. It'd be funny if his cat was like, what was it, Octopus Paul? Octopus Paul was the octopus that picked all of the World Cup winners that one year. Like it went like so they would put 2 boxes of food in the octopus's like tank, and each one had a flag on it. It was the flags of the 2 teams that were playing in the World Cup that week. And the octopus would then go, and whichever one he chose was the one that was going to win, and it was 100% accuracy. It was Octopus Paul. I remember now because I care about like any good American. I care about soccer once every 4 years, and that is when I watch Team USA lose. I typically root for Team Italy. Regina Sharp said for $5 says, "Can we pay you not to eat?" Look, I'm a whore. You can pay me to do just about anything, within reason. I'm not turning tricks. I ain't turning no tricks, but yeah, this is my job, and I sing for my supper, I guess you could say. Which, by the way, it's the greatest job in the world. I would never pick another job other than, content creation and running that park place. I mean, those 2 things are a dream gig that anyone should aspire to. By the way, if you are not yet bookmarked to thatparkplace.com, you should be, because I'm writing daily entertainment news over there. I've actually gotten a chance to write a couple of WWE, like WWE flavored news recently, because I wrote about the Netflix numbers, because it's we cover streaming and stuff like that. I had to write about the Halloween Horror Nights rumor that I have gotten confirmed is happening, of the Wyatt 6 coming to Halloween Horror Nights. So there's been a few, and of course I think we also wrote a story about Hogan being booed. So Kevin Haggerty says, just got back from an a la carte wedding celebration. What's an a la carte wedding? Is it like a buffet wedding, or like I need more information there. John Williams for $4.99 says, if Marv yeets, Mrs. Monster is gonna wonder if Marv got body snatched. Yeah, it would probably be the last thing she would expect. Let's see. Jam Fleming says, that means the Wyatt 6 are still around. They'll still be around. Don't worry, they'll still be around. Lisa B. Oh, Lisa B. I'm so glad to see you here. Is that your dog in the avatar there? Because that is an adorable dog, and I really, I think I like that. I like that a lot. Chef Eddie says, hope Alexa Bliss comes soon. So Alexa Bliss, that's an interesting situation, guys, because from what I'm hearing, Alexa Bliss might not be coming back ever. Apparently, I guess the rumor that I'm hearing flying around the WrestleSphere is that Alexa Bliss, WWE wanted her to come back on her old contract. She wanted a new contract, and now all plans for her return are on the back burner. So if I see her walking around the theme parks here in Orlando, I will approach her and be like, "Hey, what the hell, lady?" I won't actually do that. If I've seen, so I have seen celebrities here and there in the theme parks. I have seen what's the name? I can't think of his name now. He was that guy, that job guy, that Braun Strowman. He looked like Franklin the Turtle, and I think it was Braun Strowman like ate him for breakfast. James Ellis or Ellsworth or something like that. Yeah, I saw him in the Magic Kingdom one time. He just kind of walked past me, and I was just like, "What?" Yeah, he was there, and who else did I see? So a buddy of mine was having his wife's birth. James Ellsworth, that was it. Buddy of mine was having his Apollo's on his way. Was having his wife's birthday party at the Coronado, and they were staying concierge level. And he said, "Hey, come on over, hang out in the room. We'll hang out in the concierge lounge." And I was like, "Oh, that does sound cool," but I was tired that day. Like, I was pretty exhausted. I said, "I don't think I'm gonna make the drive over there. I'm not gonna do that." So I get a text from him maybe 2 hours later, and he's like, "Dude, the Undertaker is here." And I said, "I'm sorry, what?" And he said, "In the concierge lounge at the Coronado, the Undertaker is sitting here across from me." And I was so pissed. I was so mad at myself that I didn't go. Because the Undertaker is in my top three. It's the Undertaker, it's Ric Flair, Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin are my top three. So yeah, I could not believe it. I was not a happy camper that day. My friend was, because he got to say hello to the. If I was there though, guys, I would not have approached the Undertaker. I don't think. I think I would have just kind of like, or maybe I would have like said hello, and like, because I met Warwick Davis one time in Universal. I was walking by the Harry Potter area, and he was like standing out there, like outside Grimmauld Place, and I walked by and I just said, "Hello, Mr. Davis, nice to see you," and he was like, "Oh, hello." And that was it, because I don't believe in, like, unless you're at like I don't believe in approaching celebrities like on the street. Somebody who I think would probably have jumped into the Undertaker's lap though is Awful Wrestling.
Come on now.
What would you have done in that situation? His microphone is apparently not working. Would you switch back to your old microphone?
Me?
Yeah, because
Maybe
I couldn't
me.
hear a word you said.
Okay.
And I heard you say okay. Okay, you're apparently not there.
That's.
I could hear you
Am I
like
still
say
dead?
okay. I heard you. No, now I heard you. Now I heard you. Talk, like say things.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, that I heard.
Okay.
So let's say you're in you finagled your way into the Coronado Springs concierge lounge, and the Undertaker is sitting there. What do you do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Guys,
absolutely. You
he's
sit
there
and
with his wife
admire
and
from
kids.
afar. Yeah,
Yeah.
and be like, hey, you know what? You may not believe this or not. I know I do. The Undertaker was in the restaurant that I was in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
no, the most I would have done is if I walked past him, I would have just said, "Hey, how's it going?"
yeah.
And that would have been it.
Yeah,
And,
probably say big fan, all that nonsense,
I wouldn't have even said that. I would have just said, "Hey, how's it
Okay.
going?"
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know what my friend did, because I didn't want to ask, because
Uh-huh.
it would have made me just like if he was just like, "Yeah, we had beers," and talked about old school wrestling, I would have died.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have died more than a little inside. It's like that scene in Ted when he calls John and Flash Gordon is at his party.
Right, right.
Like that's what it felt like, except I wasn't John and I didn't rush over there. Because the last thing I would have driven like an hour to get there, and
Mm,
then Undertaker would have been gone, and then I would have just been with
right.
like, yeah, not that being with my friend is a bad consolation prize,
Now,
but
I got a question for you.
all
What
right.
what celebrity would make you go like, "Wow, I've got to meet this guy"?
So no one, because
Really? Okay,
it
gotcha.
would have to
They're
be at a
all dead.
convention. Jim Henson. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim Henson would probably be it. No, it would have to be at a convention when I can, like I'll go up and I'll pay for a photo, and
Right.
or yeah, I'll pay to not to get an autograph. I don't believe in paying to have people sign something, but paying for a picture with somebody at a convention, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll be trying this year at MegaCon. I'm going to see how much further I can get into my my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers collection, because I have met 2 out of the 5 out of the 6. I mean, of which 5 are possible, because I already got Jason David Frank long ago.
Gotcha.
But obviously the Yellow Ranger is dead. But I did decide I will accept Aisha as a substitute for Trini.
Can I say something? Kev
Please.
can't get here fast enough because I don't know these references.
It's all right. What are you doing here? I thought you couldn't make it here tonight.
I can't make it here. In fact, I'm about to get back to work, but yeah, I can't watch the
said he's
show,
on
so
his
there's no
way.
watch party. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Kev's on his way, so he should be here any minute. And then feel free to.
Yeah, dude, you've got awesome replacements. I hope Joe shows up. I hope Mish shows up. That's going to be awesome.
I hope so too.
I'll be listening.
So you know what came in the mail? Journey into Darkness, a novel by Gary Chiappetta, the unauthorized biography of Kane, which was authorized by the WWE.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good Tuesday for us.
Yes. Oh no, it's not going to on Tuesday. It's going for that's going to Patreon. I'm going to do a
okay.
I'm doing an audiobook reading of it on Patreon.
Gotcha.
So I might record the first episode tomorrow. I got to see. And then also for Patreon this coming week, we are watching Royal Rumble 1992.
Oh man, I'd love to get in on that one.
You let me know when you're free. It's gonna be
you got it.
So far it's me, you, Kev, Trish, and yeah, I don't know who else. We'll see who else wants to be in there. But yeah, it's one of my it is my all-time favorite Royal Rumble. It is.
Yeah, it's the best one.
It is the greatest collection of wrestling legends that has ever existed.
Yeah. Now, of course, the new generation will probably think maybe like last year for them was like the best Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? But back then, I mean, it had star power, it had story, it was just excellent all across the board.
It had Hogan, it had Flair, it had Savage, it had DiBiase, it had Slaughter, it had Sid. It was but you know who it didn't have? Who it probably should have? Mish of Wrestling Soup.
Awesome.
What's going on, boys?
What's happening?
Man.
Not much, just laying low now that we're doxing all the social media guys, huh?
We're not going to take it there tonight, there, Mish.
Sorry.
Look, somebody already asked me about that. By the way, I didn't know there was doxing involved. If anyone is doxing this guy, that's messed up.
Yeah, really, seriously.
But doxing is messed up. I do not agree with it, no matter who it's against.
Right. Of course.
And that's not a good thing. But I said to the guys, they asked me like, Marv, what do you think about the Ibo situation? And I did my best Harrison Ford and said, I don't.
Yeah. You're not wrong. It's just crazy how many people are talking about it. It's weird too, because I'm seeing people outside of the normal IWC even chatting about it. Dude, Vince Russo even covered it. And I'm like, Vince Russo knows anything about what's going on online like this?
It's because it's an own on Fightful and he doesn't like Fightful.
Oh, well, fair enough.
And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't care about Fightful. I don't care about Ibo. I don't care about Air Gold or any of these people. Right. I hate that I know who they are.
Yeah. Well,
they're not involved in wrestling, therefore I do not cover them. The closest I ever get to covering people that are not actually in the businesses that I cover is like Alyssa Mercante, and that's usually just because she's suing one of my friends.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah,
we jazzed up for Saturday night's main event.
Oh yeah, very much so. Honestly, I honestly think tonight might be the night that Yida Mania runs wild.
Oh yeah,
what do you guys think?
You're a believer, sir. Very good.
Interesting.
No, I'm not a believer in I'm like this should happen, but I'm a believer in I could see this happening.
Yeah.
But for how long and for what reason? Why tonight?
Because then at Mania you can do him and Roman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it also brings in some hype for the Royal Rumble, which is up next too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the big move is. They got to do something though. You're right, because it's like if they just go through the motions of what I think a majority of us are expecting to win these matches, I don't think it's going to really deliver any buzz. And you might be right. They might be trying to capitalize on Saturday night's main event.
I think Gunther is, and look, NBC is probably also like, hey, we need to do something big on this show, like a title change, to give this show the ability. People will think, hey, This is like, when's the last time there was a world title change on like television?
February 13th, 1988, I believe, wasn't there? As far as like the biggest audience to watch a title change, that was the Hogan Andre
like
thing.
in television on general, like on WWE TV. What's the last time somebody won the world title on TV? I can't even remember.
Big E, probably.
Mish just looking it up. I'm sure it's it was probably Brock. It was probably Brock beating one of the black champions.
Yeah, it could have been that. But I think it was Big E. That's my guess.
We need to get Alfred on here to check about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he knows the dates and times. I love Alfred's. Alfred's been killing it lately, man. He's been doing such great content. His Meltzer takedowns have been excellent.
Shout out Alfred Konowa.
Yeah, it's by the way, it is 8 o'clock, which means this show should be kicking off any second now, huh?
Oh yeah, it's time to
10.
Turn on my Sling. Hopefully, I'm with you guys because Sling has a horrible.
I'm watching the Peacock stream.
Oh, Peacock, sure.
But yeah, so here's the thing. I don't think any of the Gunther matches for WrestleMania, I don't think are big enough to main event WrestleMania. But if you have WrestleMania that's capped off by Roman and Jay on one night and Cody and Punk on the other night, then it's the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
Yeah, but you could also have Gunther open the show. That's just as hot. You know what I mean? As world champion. They've done it before.
I'm just saying, I don't think Gunther needs to hold the title to Mania.
It has officially started.
Yep, we are officially underway.
There we go.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, good luck tonight. And
Kev's on his way. So
yeah. All right. Peace to the chat.
We'll be able to check the African American box once he's back here, but we're going to be
awesome,
lopsided.
Right.
Once you're gone.
All right, peace, gentlemen.
I'm at least like 22% or something over here. Come on.
Yeah, it's all right. You're white adjacent.
Yeah, yes, adjacent.
Yeah. And then there were just the white and the white adjacent.
How's it going?
Did you ask Joe if he was able to make it tonight?
I did. I did hit up Joe. Joe hit me back, and he kind of said, "I'll see if I can."
I sent him the link, so he can pop in whenever he wants.
I think it was more along the lines of whatever the missus wanted to do when she got out of work. Because we're supposed to be doing a post show after this, but obviously that's going to be 2 hours later. So it'll be different.
Yeah, of course. Denisha Lane, by the way, for $1.99 says, Marv, congrats on 5K subscriptions. Talking about over at Tooney Town TV. It was well deserved. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Denisha Lane. Yeah. John Williams saying, Mr. Iger, one of the Muppets has escaped again. They're still pissed about the theater. Oh, well, I'm still pissed. So, Cody Duffy also says, wrestling soup mofos.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
That's true. Mitch, I'm glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. We haven't really talked over the holidays. I mean, I just assume everybody's psychotically busy between December and half of January because I know I was. So.
Well, I also took over as editor-in-chief of a large news organization, around that time. So my time has just been I've been a ghost to the world pretty much.
Totally missed that. Congratulations. That was a good move,
yes.
right?
I'm the editor-in-chief of thatparkplace.com. And we do, stuff on no, Cody Duffy said, did my super chat just get missed? I just read it. He said wrestling soup mofos, and Mish said, yeah.
I sure did.
Yeah.
I could say, yeah. Again?
Yeah. No, but we cover movies and TV and video games and theme parks, and so I am pretty much writing all day every day now, and plus managing my team of writers who are holding down the fort this weekend with some excellent articles.
$1 Million Man making his appearance.
Oh man.
Yeah, the OG Ted DiBiase. Pretty much everybody getting out of the limos and stuff right now.
Yeah,
they're looking like the stud as usual. Yeah, they're just doing the walk down. Just the hey, this is who you'll be seeing tonight. Is Jesse on tonight? Because Kevin Castle brought it up with me before that they didn't make any mention of him. Is he supposed to be a part of the regular rotation, or was it just a one-off?
It might have just been a one-off. I've not heard anything about Jesse being on it. Hogan was supposed to be on it, and then they canceled him.
Yeah. See, they showed Jesse again. Huh.
Well, you got, say he was the host of Saturday Night's Main Event. You kind of have to. But Yeah, it's funny. They weren't booing Ted DiBiase when he got out of the limo, were they?
No, they were not.
So everyone that thinks that everybody booing Hogan over politics, DiBiase has been very much in line with Hogan's political views, as has The Undertaker. And they both got cheered. So
I think a lot of that has to do
deeper with Hogan.
Yeah, there's so many years of lies and insincerity with Hogan.
Well, I think it's also the hard R caught on camera. I think was also the thing with Hogan.
But I think he apologized for it, but I still think people don't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. It's one thing if somebody makes a mistake and people will forgive them. It's another thing when you make a mistake, you apologize and nobody believes your apology.
Yeah.
So
well, because the apology, if I remember correctly, wasn't really like, I'm apologize for what I did. It was like, I apologize, brother, but they were filming me without my consent. Like,
oh yeah, there was an addendum to his apology.
Yeah,
right, of course.
Yeah, I think he was like, it was more about the fact that he was being filmed.
Well, that, and he's like, I was raised in that environment where we all said it all the time, and I was like, really? In South Florida, they were saying it. I don't know, right?
I love the Jesse is there. There he is.
Cool. So he is going to be part of the regular rotation. That makes me happy.
Yep. Sitting there with Joe Tessitore, once again, not going to be on commentary for the whole night. He'll just be up there to be like, and by the way, John F. Kennedy was assassinated by aliens, and you can believe me because I was a Navy SEAL and a governor.
I was a Navy SEAL.
Have you ever seen him and Jim Norton?
Oh, it's a classic, of course.
Oh, it's amazing.
I really wish Jesse did come back on the show. I remember Jim Norton talking about it years later. And he's like, I really wish Jesse did come back. Because that wasn't even the first time that him and Jim fought. Like, Jesse Ventura and the Opie and Anthony show had a couple of back and forths. But that one caught on camera was just, you could see Jesse wanted to strangle the living hell out of Jim Norton. It was great.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. By the way, look at Jesse Ventura with his Public Enemy hat. I didn't know he was a fan of old school ECW. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the exact same one, but
Yeah. You think he liked Flyboy Rocco Rock or Johnny Grunge more?
Oh, he's a Johnny Grunge guy. Come on.
All the way. You got to be a Johnny Grunge guy, right? Yeah. Flyboy Rocco who?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. What do you think about Joe Tessitore? We've talked about him a couple times.
I like him. I think he's good. I think I would go as far as say I think he's great. I think he does a really good job. He brings a sports
yes,
like it makes which, and I think
professional feel almost.
Yeah. I think it makes it feel like a legitimate sport, which I think is what TKO has been kind of striving for and what Triple H likes. Triple H kind of reminds me of that whole like Shane Douglas, the sport of professional wrestling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, we're starting off with Nia and Rhea. Okay.
The proper curtain jerker, if you will. Honestly, it's the only match on the card that I really don't have much invested in. I'm not a huge fan of Nia, and I don't think that Rhea is going to lose her title here.
I actually, no, Rhea's definitely not going to lose, but right. I always like watching the two of them go at it because it's always impressive to watch Rhea pick her up.
It's not even the fact of the contest. It's more along the fact of this should have been Tiffy. I feel like they plug and played Ripley in here in order to get the big name content, but storyline wise, it should still be Tiffy and Nia going back and forth. Tiffy should be just handling her, but I don't know. They just kind of change that storyline around. What are your thoughts about the Alexa Bliss developments?
I obviously want to see her back. I think if you left and there was still time on your contract when you left, it should be a given that you're coming back on your old contract. So,
even though it's been 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, but she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to, you still have how much time on your contract. Like they weren't paying you to be on roster and go have a baby. Like the contract, I don't know. Because here's the thing, if they were planning to never use her again,
they should pay her out of contract.
Then pay her out of the contract.
Right.
But like that, because that's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, but you're gonna do that, but you're gonna give it to Tony for not putting Phoenix." I'm like, yeah. Here's the difference. Tony has no intention of putting Phoenix on TV.
Right. Oh yeah, he's doing that with a few people. Starks too.
Yeah.
Malachi Black sitting at home like these guys.
Britt Baker. Britt Baker's got a 16-month couch stay.
Yeah,
in her immediate future. Because that's the thing. If you're not going to use them, why bother holding on to them? It's like when Vince with Ali. Like at least he kept trying to use Ali. Like he kept trying to make Ali work.
Right. He just signed a new deal with TNA too. We were talking about that. Kind of happy for him.
Oh, he did.
I think he
I
did
thought
he was. Yeah,
a couple months ago they were saying he was AEW bound.
Yeah, he ended up in TNA. Apparently, that's where he signed his new contract. So he just made his re-debut on Thursday, I believe. So yeah, but no, I agree with you. The way AEW handles contract situations is completely different than WWE. With Bliss, I almost feel like it's almost past her time, and I don't mean that like she's just getting old or anything. I don't think that Bliss offers anything that Liv. And I'm not a huge Liv supporter, but I think Liv has shown leaps and bounds of progress as far as how she's handled her career. The stuff she's done with Ripley and Dominic, I think, is far better than anything else she's done in her career in WWE. So, I don't think Alexa Bliss can ever catch up to that. I know that supposedly the rumor mill. Shh, not you, Alexa. Yeah, I have one of those.
Oh, that's amazing.
Something went wrong.
Yeah, you did. Shut up. But I kind of feel like when it comes to Bliss, anyways, it's like you're not going to get anything new out of her. I know that supposedly the rumor mill was saying that they wanted to attach her to the Wyatt Six.
Of course, that's what I would do with her.
Yeah.
Wow, look at the old school like microphone, like the.
I love that. Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I love that retro mic.
Yeah, that is such a throwback. Oh, a little Glasgow kiss to start off the match from Nia, huh?
Okay. You're a little. I guess you're a little ahead of me. Yep, there it was. So you're a couple seconds ahead of me. No, spoil away. I don't mind. I like that the referees are also in the blue shirt with the black bow tie.
They've been doing that. They had the darker navy blue. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? I'm liking these little changes. These just little minute changes that just add these aesthetics to WWE right now. That is fresh. So
they're wearing the or as I like to call it, the Mills Lane.
Yeah, the Judge Mills Lane.
Oh my God! Do you remember when I forget what it was? It was something with Austin with like a contract thing where he had to go to a judge to like get something with his contract to like stick it to Vince, and it ended up being Judge Mills Lane.
Oh, it does sound familiar. I think I remember his time in WWE. It was very short. But that was back when he even had a TV show.
Literally, he had the Judge Mills Lane TV show. No, he just popped up on the He popped up on the screen for like 2 seconds to be like, I have reviewed the contract and the contract stands.
We had so many kitschy TV shows in the early 2000s and late 90s, I swear.
I love Judge Mills Lane. That was one of my favorites. Mills Lane also was the referee on Celebrity Deathmatch, which was one of my all-time favorites. All right, so it's all Nia in the beginning of this match, as you would expect. It's always interesting. The reason I like when Rhea and Nia fight is I always like seeing Rhea on the back foot.
I got you.
Like we've just gone through how many months of her fighting Liv, and Liv is constantly running from her. Nia is somebody that can actually dominate her.
Yeah.
And
that was really nice off the top.
That was nicely delivered. That was nicely and safely delivered. Did you notice how safe that was? Triple H pulled her and like, "Listen, Jumbo, if you hurt her, I make Stephanie hurt you."
Yeah, right.
I won't do it.
If Rhea doesn't make it to WrestleMania, neither do you. Yeah, no, I got it. And that's unfortunately that's where they're at right now, where Nia is one of the few people that can be that domineering heel. They really don't have that in anybody else.
Right.
I kind of feel like when Charlotte comes back, depending on her stature and especially her health, they might put her in that position again. But even that's almost limited too,
They need to go to like college basketball, like women's college basketball, and find some like 7 foot tall girl who's not going to the WNBA.
Bozilla is the one I'm looking forward to. I mean, because back in the day, they had
Is she signed?
No. She's still working, I believe, Marigold and a few other places. But yeah, she's a young prospect. Like if WWE hasn't given her a bunch of phone calls yet, they will. There's no way that they're going to miss on her. I mean,
because like
6'4" jacked German girl, Right.
Sounds like my kind of party.
Do you like my cross? Yeah, right. But
it killed me to leave China with her little peen-gina.
But there's a few girls. There's a few girls out there like that are wrestling now that kind of have that stature, and it's I'm hoping. I mean, even Lash Legend. I hope that they can build her up. Obviously, you've got gosh, I'm blanking on her name in the 3-way with Naomi and Bianca. Why am Jade Cargill?
Yeah.
Jade Cargill's also a sizable woman, and when she gets back, hopefully they've knocked some more of the dust off of her and figured her out. But
we know that Jordan Grace is at the Performance Center. Like she's NXT bound imminently.
Yes.
And Mish, once these NXT women get the call up, the entire WWE women's division is going to change dramatically.
I hope so.
It has to. It has to.
It's been a little stale this last year, I'll be honest, man.
Really has. Since they stopped doing Super Bianca,
right.
It's definitely kind of petered.
And the loss of Charlotte and Becky is kind of hurt too. I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of the Becky matches that she's had, but she brought almost that main event feel to a lot of the women's matches. And her
promos are top notch. I love her promos.
When she's on, she's on. When she's off, she's off. Like that's how I look at Becky,
I get that. And I think I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about it, but I think Charlotte is the greatest of all time.
Oh, I hands down totally agree with you. I think a lot of the Charlotte hate is unfounded and rooted in a little bit of fandom, which is fine. You're supposed to hate her most of the time, but when they try to sit there and say, oh, well, her matches are boring, she doesn't know how to talk, it's like, you need to go back and analyze this, okay? Because when Charlotte's finally gone, I think a lot of people will genuinely miss her.
Well, I think it's like the John Cena. How many people hated John Cena for how long? Right. And then Cena, came back, for this goodbye tour, and now everyone is, oh, she just had a code red. That was nice.
That was nice.
Now there's no more mixed reaction for Cena. There's nothing but cheers now. So
it's interesting to me that Ripley's one of the few people that can manhandle Nia and make it look believable. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if this is one of those Drew McIntyre Sheamus things where they just click a lot better than most.
They do, I think. Yeah, I think WWE knows that to put the two of them together, when Nia needs a really solid match, even if she's not going to win it, I think Rhea is the one they go to because for some reason the two of them just get each other.
Well, maybe it's something as simple as they're willing to hit a little harder. Maybe Nia's not so worried about actually hurting somebody in the ring because obviously she has a history of
Nia hits Alexa Bliss, she breaks her. Nia hits Rhea, Rhea can take it.
Rhea gives it right back, and it looks great on TV. Right.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley is everything they wanted Chyna to be.
Yes.
Because the problem with Chyna was she couldn't talk and she couldn't actually work.
Right.
And Rhea can do both, and Rhea still looks impressive, and Rhea looks like she can beat up most of the men on the roster.
Which is funny, too, because Chyna suffered from...
Whoa!
Yeah, powerbomb off the top. That's beautiful. Right into, what is this, a Texas cloverleaf? This is great.
Looks like, yeah.
An attempt at a... She's trying to wrap them frog legs.
Nia's going, my hole.
she is trying to wrap them legs up, man.
Nia was like, nope.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Where did the my hole thing come from? Do you think she went out there that night and was like, I'm going to say my hole tonight?
Or do you think that was like a spur of the moment why did she actually do it?
Yeah, like it was like a spur of the moment thing.
Probably
Tripp sitting back there like, what the hell? Or was he like
make somebody laugh, right?
Or was he like, yes, phase 1 of the plan is complete. My hole starts off a chain reaction that will lead to Vince being gone.
And me catchphrase.
Yeah. Which was it like France that it was either France or Canada? One of them was chanting my hole at her.
Oh, wow, that's funny. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely going out for this match. This is a solid opener. Saturday night's main event. as kind of generic that SmackDown has been feeling lately, which I understand the change to 3 hours has kind of messed them all up. Saturday night's main event feels like a PLE. Now it's so.
Yep. So we've all got money riding on the Rumble.
Oh yeah, you guys are already doing the 30 picks?
Yeah, we did them already. We each put in $20, $10 per Rumble, and the winner of each gets $50.
Okay.
And we each took 6 numbers.
Oh, you should have thrown our names in the hat. I'm sure me and Joe could have came up with that. Jesus.
I wanted to, but this was like, no, it's got to be people that are just on the show.
Oh.
So I was going to open it up to you guys to fill because I wanted 5.
Yeah, I wanted fucking invite everybody.
I wanted a
pot. Oh.
I wanted a big one, and I wanted it to be like $5 a spot, so that we, the winner would have gotten like, $100, and the runner-up would have gotten 50.
Oh yeah, you could have easily done that,
or something to that. I probably did the math wrong. I have a buddy that I have a buddy who does a Rumble pool exactly like that every year. And last year I won both Rumbles.
Oh shoot, that's great.
Yeah, I was not a popular person. But I had like $300.
That's all that matters. First round is on you, though. Apparently,
yeah.
Oh, she couldn't get her all the way up, but that's still.
It was funny. It was like a month after Tooney Town Wrestling had launched. I was feeling all good about myself. Yep.
It was like a half a pump handler or something right there. It's just she couldn't get her all the way up. So,
thus endeth the push of Queen Nia.
Yeah. It ended the way we thought it would. I don't think anybody thought that Ripley was going to lose.
Lisa's saying this is getting blamed while he's not here. Let me check the super chats and see if we've got anything new that has come up. Oh, okay. We're going to do the super chats between matches, guys. But like I said, we do break for $50 or more. So if you send in a super chat at $50 or more, we will stop whatever we're doing and address what you want to address. John Williams 499 says, difference. Taker and Ted, only wrestling fans know. The whole world knows about Hogan. Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, The Undertaker was very vocal this election, and he was like appearing in commercials and stuff with El Trumpo. So
but wasn't Daddy also involved in some kind of charity scam too with his boy? And
DiBiase is breathing the fresh air while his kid is rotten.
Right.
The kid got taken away. Everybody's got a price, son. Why are they showing?
Oh, Lundra. There we go.
I guess she must be there. Okay, yeah.
Carrying the old school title too. Very nice.
Oh, is she fishing out of the garbage?
Yeah, she fished.
She's sitting next to Fluffy.
Mark Henry looking good.
Oh, AEW fans about to be real pissed off.
Yep, Mark Henry.
There he is.
Mark Henry is above the business at this point. I think he can just kind of go wherever he wants.
He's the world's strongest Black Santa.
Yes.
Black Santa with muscles.
That's a guy who has a good charisma about himself. Yeah. That I'm surprised hasn't done more movies, or just more in general than just wrestling adjacent.
Absolutely. But by the way, this match coming up here, this is my sleeper. This is one I think is gonna be match of the night.
Oh yeah. This is going to be your horse match, dude. This is going to be the brutality match.
You've also got the Tasmanian Devil versus Braun Strowman.
Right. No, but I think this is going to be it, just because they can do a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think Kevin the other day really did kind of point out, the problem with Braun Strowman now is all of his leg injuries. His waist hurts, his knees hurt, his shins hurt. Like, the guy's constantly, to the point that he can't even do the choo-choo run anymore. And you watch him run now, and it's almost slow. As if he takes baby steps now. So now, instead of these long strides like you see out of what you would have expected out of Braun Strowman, even back in Saudi Arabia and stuff, you look at him now and he takes half steps. So he's got to be really hurting and just not showing it. Right.
Speaking of Saudi Arabia, I said something the other day. I wanted your opinion on it. I said, I hope that, because we know the Rumble next year is going to be in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be 2 nights. I can't wait for them to do WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. You know why? Because GCW won't be able to follow them there. Though, could you imagine Effie's big gay brunch in Saudi Arabia?
No, I could not. It would be Big Happy Brunch. That's what it would be called.
Yeah,
so we want to Effie's Big Happy Brunch.
Yeah. Effie's purely heterosexual brunch that pays homage to the Crown Prince in all his glory.
I don't think they'll ever have a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. I think it would. I think them doing Royal Rumble is a hell of a gamble, personally.
But I think it's a test. I think they're rolling the dice to see if Mania. They should have
done it. They should have done it in the UK first. Honestly,
well, that's going to definitely happen first. I think.
I hope so. But they really have love for Saudi Arabia.
They have love for. I got love for something in Saudi Arabia.
For the love of money. Yeah, I know. Little bone thugs. But I don't know.
I actually looked up like what the crown, like what the Saudi royal family, like their net worth is. Hold on, net worth of Saudi royal family is $1.4 trillion.
Yeah, just a couple of zeros.
Yeah,
just a couple of zeros.
That's it. The Saudi prince is basically Tony Khan with a thing on his head.
Honestly, I would expect WWE to do a big event in India before Saudi Arabia. I would expect them to do WrestleMania in India because right now,
after India nearly killed William Regal.
Well, I was listening to other people talk about it, and they were like, "Oh, well, India brings in the Netflix numbers," and I made that same mistake too. Netflix or WWE on Netflix isn't available in India yet, not until their contract runs out. I believe at the end of 2025 or 2026, because they have a TV network contract over there. So once that runs out, then India will get WWE on Netflix, and then that's when you say WrestleMania in India. Everybody's invited,
You know what? Good, because I would love to watch the indie feds try to follow them to India.
India might be interesting. Like if they do,
I think they would do it. There's nothing that irks me more than when these indie feds just follow WrestleMania around like the fish that swims underneath the shark.
Right. Lampreys. They're called the lampreys. Yes. That's what
Tony Khan counter programs the Hall of Fame. That's what he did last Death Before Dishonor last year. Counter program the Hall of Fame.
You really dislike that? I kind of found that a little endearing, the WrestleMania tour, when you have all these other promotions showing up.
I hate it. It's opportunistic. And
of course.
You know who probably hates it even more? Triple H.
But it doesn't really affect him in any way, though. If anything, more reasons for people to show up. Well, let me ask you like this. Like it's almost as if the reason you're even going to Dallas or Indianapolis is to see WWE. If you have another reason, like another promotion or whatever else, or signings to show up there and spend money, like how would they find that? You know what I mean? It's almost as if like, man, I want to go see WrestleMania, but it's this much money. But now I want to go see WrestleMania because such and such is going to be there. There's going to be this show. Now it's going to be worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Did you see the interesting bit about news about this though? Is that Tony Khan has canceled Death Before Dishonor this year? It's not going to be in Vegas. Really? And now I'm wondering. So I floated this question on Tuesday to the guys. Do we think that this is because Tony knows that they don't draw well in Vegas? Or if they go there and they draw really well, does that make him look worse because then they drew because of WWE?
Why would that matter? See, I would look at it like in the vein of a promoter. Who cares? My show is sold out. Awesome. Yeah. Like Tony is weird in that sense because to him it's about the optics of it. It's about how he feels afterwards, as opposed to looking at the paycheck that comes in. I really don't think that this guy cares about the money. And I know that seems like a really asinine thing to say about a promoter, but he's just shown so many tells that it's more important that people like him and hug him and tell them that he's special and wonderful than it is to pack a house and give people a truly exciting and memorable show.
Who was it that did who did that leak where they were like Tony screams about how nobody appreciates him?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he did the same thing on his birthday. He was mad that people didn't celebrate his birthday against NXT or whatever. And it was like, stop. Come on. Marv, why aren't you more mad that people don't celebrate your birthday worldwide? Come on.
Well, because nobody, I don't tell anybody when it is.
Well, that too. It's just weird. It's a very narrow. I guess it's just a narrow foothold for a guy who's supposed to be running a competition to WWE.
Yeah,
Braun looking great out there, looking ready to murder. Sheamus looking ready to murder.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep. This is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a stiff one.
Oh,
this will be a good. This will be a good win for. It'll be a good win for Braun.
Wow, the Braun IC Championship match since Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog in 1992.
Oh, that's a fun little factoid.
Yeah.
I think now show it's the first Steiner to compete on Saturday Night's Main Event since when?
Oh.
Did the Steiners ever compete on Saturday Night's Main Event? There's Bennett as the referee.
Love the big bow tie.
I do too.
It's such a
though I have to say Bennett looks like a young who was that WCW referee who JBL then chased out once they went to WWE?
Patrick? No,
not Nick Patrick. Billy Silverman.
Okay.
Bennett looks like a young Billy Silverman in that shirt.
Yeah, he does. He's even got a little bit of the ball going or starting.
When I was a kid, I had an ungodly hatred of Billy Silverman.
What?
Yeah. So because I was a kid, so I still kind of thought wrestling was real.
Yeah.
And he was the referee for Hogan and Rodman versus DDP and Malone. And he didn't see the Disciple come in and hit the apocalypse on Diamond Dallas Page. And therefore, I hated him.
Nice.
It was my first ever wrestling pay-per-view was Hogan and Rodman versus DDP and Malone. And the fact that they kept doing the heel thing where like, oh, the ref doesn't see the tag, so it doesn't count for the, but then ignores it with the heels. It was the first time I had ever seen it. And so Billy Silverman to me was the most incompetent human being that had ever lived. He had every bit of my like 12-year-old ire.
They are already bouncing each other off the ropes, man.
Yeah.
Off the turnbuckles. Do you ever think about those days when there was no referees? And I believe it was the WCW days when they pinned themselves. Do you remember that when they counted to 3 themselves?
When the wrestlers would count to 3?
Yeah. It was very short-lived because it was awful. But I remember seeing that on like one of those Wrestle Craps back in the day, and I do remember seeing those. But yeah.
Speaking of Wrestle Crap, you weren't here when I was talking about before. I just got the novel Journey into Darkness, the unauthorized biography of Kane.
I talked about that on the show. I'm like, dude, I'm looking forward to this. Of all the books I own, Marvin, that is one I do not. That is genuinely one I do not. So it's like, oh yeah, if you guys want to check this out, he's throwing it up on Patreon. I'm like, dude, I got to listen.
Oh, you talked about? Yeah, I'm so excited to do it. I'm so excited to do it.
Because I'm like, I hope he reads Mayor Kane next. And I'm like,
so if this one goes over well and it actually draws people to Patreon, the next thing is going to have to be like reading like wrestler autobiographies, like in the voices and stuff.
Oh, well, you know what doesn't get read a lot is the WWE fiction novels. And I don't mean the comic books and stuff, but they did like,
oh no, I know which ones you're talking about.
Like the Big Apple Takedown.
Big Apple Takedown. Yes.
Oh my God. I loved that story, and people don't believe me, but so what WWE was in Big Apple Takedown was they're wrestlers on TV, but by night they're secret agents for the military. And like Triple H was like this demolitions expert, and Chris Benoit was like almost like a ninja or something, and they had Tori Wilson who was like the seductress agent, and they would go from
town to town
and,
oh my God, Mish, it's literally on Kindle for $3.99.
Oh yeah. I got a couple copies of it with the soft cover that we picked up at like Goodwill for like 50 cents.
Yep, just bought that for $3.99 because that'll be the next one. Oh man, I love it so much.
Oh yeah, Carmi, I did used to read the Young Bucks book. I might do that again. I've read through it now twice. I've read through the thing, and there's a bunch of stories. I've done a couple of them. I've done Bill Watts. I've done a few others too.
Did I tell you?
Yeah,
I told you about when I bought Bill Watts' book, right? that I just saw it was a Bill Watts book and I didn't look at the title?
Yeah. No, you didn't tell me about it. What?
So I saw that Bill Watts. I looked up if Bill Watts had an autobiography because I was watching a lot of Mid-South, and I was like, I love this guy. I love everything he does. So I bought the book, and I start reading it. And I didn't even look at the title. I just opened it and started reading, and I'm like, man, he's really talking about Jesus a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then I looked at the title of the book was The Cowboy and the Cross.
Oh yeah. I did a reading. I thought I sent you that a while ago, like a YouTube.
No,
reading.
yeah, I've got to.
Yeah, I did a reading of when he had to fire Dusty Rhodes.
Oh,
and I found that crossover so interesting because he was talking about his vices with the women in the audience or the women in town and stuff. And it's very interesting to listen to the stories that people tell of Bill Watts with what we've seen in Mid-South, and then how he describes what he was going through. And in his mind, at least according to his own autobiography, but in his mind, he was at constant battle with sleeping around, cheating on his wife, doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And it was amazing. It's amazing how somebody gets it so differently than what the outside world says.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, but Mish, we are not alone anymore because Kevin Apollo is here.
Hey, what's going on, big man?
Oh man, good. We're just a commercial break right now. We just had a very respectable Rhea versus Nia, and we are in the middle of Sheamus and Braun.
Yeah, I saw I saw they sent Mommy out early to get to secure the Gooner demo.
Yes.
Yeah, now that everybody's spent, we can watch real wrestling, guys.
It'll all be banned soon, don't you worry.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what exactly is like the TN solar flare as I'm looking at the chat? What were you guys talking about other than Bill Watts? Or is the chat doing its own thing?
I didn't. What did they say?
I don't know. I just here. I'll show you.
It's like a TN solar flare.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We know it was you, Lisa, but what was it in reference to?
I was like, you're having a fascinating conversation about Bill Watts, but I'm not seeing what the solar flare has to do with any of this.
That was Bill Watts' special move.
Oh, Sheamus when he came out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how y'all like TN's trick. Solar flare.
So far, this match has been very simple. A lot of I hit you, you hit me, and that's fine. I think that's exactly what this needs to be. I don't know if I can see Sheamus winning this here at a Saturday Night's Main Event. I know it's a big moment for him, but I think this deserves a bigger ring.
The match makes sense though because Sheamus was rock steady and Braun Breaker is built like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I can see it. He's a Raphael, I think. Yeah.
Anthony J for $5 says, "Monster, thanks for the follow. Mish, you're amazing. I appreciate it."
Much love, Anthony J. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, I think I was talking to him a little bit on X. He's a cool guy. I like anyone that has an appreciation of 90s pop culture the way I do.
Oh, nice spear.
So, John Williams.
Spears. I gotta say. Oh, sorry.
He does. No, he really does. John Williams for $4.99 says, "Why are you surprised by Booker T being here?" And John JD 999 for $1.99, power to $1.99 says, "Fluffy is my favorite comedian, and he's a chill fan."
My wife loves Fluffy. I'm just not a fan of his.
I refuse. I just call him Gabriel. Like, what is his name? Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh,
that's what I call him because I'm just like, I'm not going to call a grown man Fluffy.
Right.
I refuse.
It's kind of like butter cake. I refuse to call him jelly roll, so I call him butter cake.
Oh, jelly roll. What was I just watching the other day? Oh, he was in randomly in the second season of Tulsa King. Jelly Roll shows up, and I'm like, why is this fat face tattoo having like a singer popping up in literally everything that I watch now?
He's on John Cena's new show too.
He popped up in wrestling. He popped
what is it called? Ride Along or What Drives You? That's what it's called. He already had 4 episodes up. which was really funny because I haven't really brought it up, but it's definitely going to be the new Total Divas if it continues like that, because this show is
John Cena a heel.
It's atrocious. It's atrocious. So his first episode was with Logan Paul, and his show is supposed to be about cars. And Logan Paul's like, yeah, I don't know anything about cars, like at all. Like, then why are you the first guest of the whole series?
Because the network said he's got a lot of followers.
Right. Well, it gets weird, right? So in the middle of their interaction, they're going through the generic interview stuff, like blah, blah, blah. How did you get into wrestling and everything else like that? And John Cena turns around and goes, oh, how's your fiance? And this was at the time when Logan Paul's fiance was being put on blast online against a guy Logan Paul was supposed to fight. And she was supposedly doing a lot of extramarital curricular activities before, and that Logan Paul never saw. And there was like pictures being thrown up, and the dude that he was fighting was a complete troll. And so John Cena threw it out there, and Logan Paul goes into this deep dive about how poorly his life has turned around because of this guy just ruining him and his fiance's life with all these pictures and stuff. And it's like, wow, this got real dark real fast. And then they go back to normal, and they just start talking about stuff like Logan Paul has a triceratops head in his front room. Like, as soon as you walk in, he has like an actual dinosaur bone head just right there for no reason. And so they go past that, which is wild to see. And then Logan flips it on him and starts talking about, like, you know, how he wants to start a big family. Do you know what that's like? Wanting to have kids, maybe get married. And he starts throwing this at John Cena. John Cena's getting a little warm himself. Was obviously the Nikki Bella situation and everything else like that. And this is all happening, right?
When John Cena took one for the team and stayed with that horrible woman for years longer than he should have.
Oh, and it was uncomfortable. It got even worse too, because Logan Paul's like, "Oh, I got a problem. I got a real problem." And John Cena's like, "Well, what's your problem?" He's like, "Marijuana." Oh, I love the marijuana. John, you know about smoking marijuana, right? And John starts sweating. He's like, no, I really don't. He's like, what? You've never smoked the marijuana? And John's like, no. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, this is the very first episode. And to kick it all off, once they get past all of that, John Cena still wants to talk about cars. So they left him a minute.
I like that spot they just did. Sorry.
Beautiful. No. John Cena was left a minute and 30 seconds to talk about some random car that he hated driving in. And then they end the show. Some random sports car that was like 100 degrees and it was slow to get to speed. And yeah, he hated it. And I was like, that's how you end the show.
I loved that finish, by the way. Sheamus goes for the bro kick. The ribs, you can't do it because of the ribs. Breaker hits the spear. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant finish. I really liked that a lot. But yeah, Mish, that sounds like a fantastic show.
Yeah, man.
I was going to say it's because Jelly Roll is Adele for men who are forklift certified.
He plays in everything, dude. Like, even when I was at my uncle's for Christmas, they had football on, and he was like on the football game. And I was like, why? Why are you everywhere? Like, I think he's going to be like that guy that did the FU song that eventually became Forget You, who like he was everywhere for like a year, and then what was it, CeeLo or something like that, and then he was just gone. Nice. Jesse Ventura sitting in on commentary now.
Look at my Public Enemy hat.
I'm down with the rap music. Actually, I just really like old school ECW. You know, the Dudleys were very derivative of the Public Enemy, if you ask me.
Jesse.
Jesse Ventura with the hot takes.
Would know.
I feel like I declared National Public Enemy Day in Minnesota. Oh, Sean.
Hey, what's HB Shizzle doing there?
HB Cookout. Oh, I think did they change his entrance to look like his old entrance? Like the background video? Kind of looks like it. All right. Look at him out there. I love you so much. Go with your lazy eye. Oh my god! If one of these like people in the first row, these kids sitting there with their earphones on, imagine one of them just ripped that hat off. You just saw him in all of his bald glory.
I know, he was shaving it for a while, and now it's all patchy. It looks like he got exposed to radiation.
Oh, he doesn't get his pyro anymore? Oh, so I guess Sean, what is Sean doing the contract signing then?
Oh, yeah, let me put it on Peacock. What am I sitting here watching commercials for?
So Kev, I was saying before, I think that tonight might be the night for Jey Uso.
What?
I think I just a feeling I have. I think the Gunther experiment is over. I think Jey Uso is entirely too popular and he's selling entirely too much merchandise to not pull the trigger on this. And I think that if The Rock is sitting out WrestleMania, the only other match you can do is Jey Uso and Roman Reigns for the world title. And you have Jey and Roman on one night, and you have Cody and Punk on the other night. And that right there is one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. I don't think they see dollar signs in Gunther. They didn't even have him on the Netflix premiere. I don't think Tripp sees a lot of.
Well, listen, Gunther is your traditional classic heel. He and they present him in a way that he just is. He's not going to move a lot of merch. But I also keep saying there's no way Gunther makes it to Mania with that title. I just wouldn't expect him to lose it until after the Rumble.
Unless this is setting up a rematch between the two of them at the Rumble and he'll win it at the Rumble.
But you know, once you do Roman and Jey, the bloodline story is over. It doesn't matter. The Rock's portion of the story is moot. It doesn't matter.
I don't think you don't need the bloodline storyline to do Rock versus Roman Reigns. It's with the biggest match, one of the biggest matches of all time. So,
But I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do it, to me, there's no sense in doing Rock Roman if you're not going to do it with the confines of the bloodline storyline.
Well, if he won't do Mania, then their hands are kind of tied there.
No, I got you. I'm just saying, there's no sense in doing it then. At that point, because again, Jey and Roman is the end game. The story ends where it started.
With Jey beating Roman.
Yeah. So when Jey finally beats Roman, who cares now?
Because then so for WrestleMania, you have one night is the bloodline blow off, and the other night you have the you've got the FUAEW match. This is the match you could have had at All In.
Did I miss anything? Anything during the break?
No, nothing really.
I'm watching Peacock. Tell me we'll be right back. I'm regretting this decision.
Now, do you guys have it without commercials subscribed, or are you guys with the commercials?
I don't have commercials, but I'm still getting commercials on this.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting.
Well, it's because they're taking commercial breaks on the live broadcast.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, what they did before though too is even during PLEs they would have like demos, promos, vignette packages. It would do other things to fill your time.
Yeah, they're not doing that here.
They are not.
No. I'd rather than just show you the NBC commercials than the waiting screen.
Yeah. Oh, you got that random Peacock background with the yeah.
I like the waiting screen.
God, I can't wait till Peacock's contract is up too.
So they can just bring everything to Netflix, because it's definitely going to happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. Peacock has been miserable since WWE went to Peacock, from the UI to just even the way that the shows stream on Peacock. Now, I'm not saying for Saturday Night's Main Event, but even during pay-per-views, it would lag, it would stop. If you tried to go back to where you were, then you were like 2, 3, 4 minutes behind sometimes. Like nothing was ever accessible, you know.
Yeah, to lose the connectivity and natural flow of the WWE network,
right?
To go to an app that feels like it's like 5 years out of date.
And they rushed that too. They moved the WWE network over to Peacock in like what, 2 months?
Yeah.
So they had some interns working around the clock.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, little Ted.
Ah, hey there, Teddy. Enjoy that fresh air while your son breathes the air of prison.
Wow, Dory. Dear Lord. Okay. They called Dory Funk Jr. out. Jesus.
Yeah, they did.
We got Hacksaw? They sure do. He's looking great.
Oh, good for you. Dugan.
Stop that.
His name, really, the man's name is Dugan.
It is
the man's
Duggan.
name is Hacksaw Jim Dugan.
Dugan. Dugan Hauser.
If it's good enough for the cowboy, it's good enough for me. I love when he got inducted in the Hall of Fame and he said he shouted out Hacksaw and called him Dugan. I was like, damn right, you stick to your guns. That is a George Takei situation with William Shatner, where it's like I've been saying it wrong for 30 years, so now I'm just gonna keep saying it wrong.
Oh, we got Sean. Oh, this is gonna be the big
oh, because it's the ladder match.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the ladder match at the Rumble?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not understanding why tonight isn't the Rumble and next week is Saturday night's main event.
I know.
Oh, that would have made more sense because then you could have had this as the fallout of the Rumble. Oh, dear Lord. That's pretty clever. Damn. Yeah, because you're going to use SmackDown as technically the go-home show for the Rumble anyways. It's not going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right. So what? So is somebody going through the table? Are we getting the signing in blood? Like, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get here? Because with the contract signings, there's like 4 contract signing endings, and it's always one of the 4.
Roman's just gonna drag a beaten Hogan out and use his head as like an inkwell.
That's the thing. When you do the signing in blood, it's always got to be in Hulk Hogan's blood.
Always, yes.
Whether he's involved or not.
You're gonna sign in your own blood.
We started stabbing him in the head with the pen. What do you say, Mish?
We were joking about the Real American Beer sponsorship, the spokesmanship, about people changing them. And somebody said, why not just have Hogan come out as Mr. America? I'm like, oh, that'll go over great twice.
Well, because the Mr. America thing, I loved the Mr. America thing, but
no, come on. It's just so
I loved it because it was so hokey. It was so I love the idea that they're doing it to troll Vince.
Right.
But Hogan's ego exploded. It was like his last big, like, it's not going to work for me, brother.
Right.
Situation.
Oh, that was. I thought this was the limo driver's check.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like, stop it! You're ruining this beautiful storyline for everybody. You cheap bastard.
KO has been the king of shirts lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming out with a new one all the time. It's great.
By the way, somebody said, I saw somebody say it on X, and I actually thought it'd be a pretty cool idea. You bring Hogan, you put Hogan back on the road, you turn him heel, and you have him reform the NWO with all young guys, and he's like the Bischoff.
Oof. I don't know.
I could see it. You have Hogan as the mouthpiece, like, I mean, it would be amazing until Hogan's ego ultimately destroys it.
I don't know. I don't know where I stand with the Hogan thing. Like, I don't think he really should be out there at this point. If people are negative on him still, and they have every right to be, I think at this point
let some young heels feed off that heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's real heat. It's Terry Bollea heat. You know what I mean?
I know. Heat's heat.
Yeah.
Whether it's X-Pac heat or whether it's regular heat. Do we still call it X-Pac heat? Is that still a thing?
I don't even think most of these kids know what that
I never
is.
thought it was a thing to begin with, but
I always called it X-Pac heat.
I believe we still do.
I never. By the way, as a kid, I never even liked X-Pac. Like X-Pac was the first baby face that I ever looked at and said, "No, thank you." Like before I was like smart to the business, X-Pac was the first babyface I looked at, and I was like, I hate that guy. WrestleMania 15, I was rooting for Shane McMahon.
You know what? Hogan was that guy for me. I was a Warrior fan. I was a Savage fan. Like I never liked Hogan. Never did. Even as a young kiddo, I had Ultimate Warrior's leopard print poster on my wall. You know. Yeah.
But how much do you think Vince hates the understated entranceways they've been doing?
Like, I don't know. I think it's one of those things that less is more.
I love the understated entranceways. I think Vince hates them because Vince loved the big, elaborate, huge sets.
They started dumbing it down under Vince because of the LED screens.
Right. It just makes more sense to me because it's kind of like he was right for that time. The big grandiose entrances where people are riding motorcycles down to the ring. There was absolutely a time for that where people lost their minds. But now we're at this state where it almost feels like retro. I mean, even look at Kevin Owens' shirt. That is such an 80s iron-on t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Everything retro is now cool. And when you start bringing people back to the 80s to look at Saturday Night's Main Event, you want this, not the setup for, WrestleMania. I don't know. I kind of like the throwback stuff. It makes wrestling feel a little bit more simple again.
I will say as good as WWE sets were back in the day, like the Armageddon set comes to mind with all the tanks and stuff like that.
Oh gosh, and the flying hooks and stuff. Oh, they had beautiful set pieces. Absolutely.
I still think WCW had better sets. The Bash at the Beach set, the Halloween Havoc set, the Fall Brawl, like those sets were exquisite. Yeah, especially Bash at the Beach and Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, WCW was miles back. I think it was WCW that forced WWE to step up their game with their pay-per-views, their pay-per-view sets,
I remember too, though, WWE didn't have money to do anything with their sets at that point in time.
Yeah, WCW had that Disney check coming through at the time. Yeah.
It wasn't until we were full swing in the Austin era where it's like, we can spend again.
Have Jeff Hardy fall off the fist again. Like, all right.
Backlash with swinging signs everywhere.
I wonder how many people are buying that Kevin Owens belt, the old winged eagle belt.
I'm sure a lot of people are. Did they ever stop selling it though?
Yeah, but now that he's wearing it, now that it's getting use again, don't you think that maybe Christmas sales spiked a little bit?
Probably.
Well, they realized, there's a lot of 43-year-old dads out there. Who are like, you know what? This is what my title used to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just don't bring back the spinner belt, and I'll be fine.
Oh God.
Yeah, those were awful. The rated R belt was probably my least favorite belt. Made no sense. At least with John Cena, it was like there was some crossover with the U.S. title, which was silly. But Edge, no.
Let's see what Owens has to say. I love Kevin. Kevin Owens was such a slow burn, acquired taste for me. But once I started to love him, I just loved him.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's an amazing promo, amazing in ring. I still see people going, but he's fat. He's got rolls, and it's like, whatever, man.
He's fat like a football player is fat. Like,
don't watch anything from the 80s, man. Like,
Yep.
Kind of, honestly, that adds to his character, in my opinion, because he looks like the everyman. He looks like the dude you'd see at a bar. You're not going to see six-pack Seth Rollins just at your local grocery store,
Right. Right. Though in Orlando, I do have friends that have run into Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews in the grocery store. Usually Whole Foods, but
well,
I guess they're not getting public subs.
No Albertsons for them.
Boy.
Is this going to be a peaceful contract signing? What the hell?
I will mark out if they just sign the contract and leave.
And just walk out.
It's the one thing no one would ever expect. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Like, I was just like still really bitter about the fact that we never got that Stone Cold Steve Austin versus like really fat Vader and Coach and who was the other one involved in that match for the soul of Jim Ross.
Oh geez,
because he found out he was supposed to lose the match and was like, I ain't doing that.
I don't remember. I was on that. Huh.
Oh, Kevin Owens fired up. You know what? You don't have like he's cutting such a good promo right now. You don't have to put someone through that table.
Oh, shut up, Sean. Kevin, you sound jealous. Shut up.
Why are you there, Sean?
Yeah, Sean, you're ruining this, dude.
Expertly put, Sean. Amazing job as always. I love you.
Crazy eyes and watch both guys at the same time and let them sign the contract.
He can help the coke guy.
Oh my god. Oh wait, is Sean gonna take a bump here?
Oh wow. They just both start kicking the shit out of Sean.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You ain't got it in you, old man.
Okay. Are we going to bump Sean? Oh, that's cool.
Oh, he even threw in the smile shot. Attaboy, Kevin.
That's a good line. I'm going to sign this to spite you, Shawn Michaels.
Wow.
That's a great line. The only one losing his smile tonight.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's unique.
Are they going to hang them?
Yeah.
So are they going to put both belts up there for the Rumble?
I mean, that's presumably what this is, right?
Yeah. It's the closest Kevin Owens is going to get to being a world champion for a very long time, I think. Just with how crowded the main event scene is right now.
Which is sad because I think he genuinely needs a real
I do too. So do we think Cody is going to lose it at Mania?
No.
I don't know if it's Punk, he might. I think they might want to pull the trigger on Punk while Punk's healthy.
I'm going to wait to see who wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I think there's a handful of people that could take Cody out, but depending on who they have.
There is a nightmare scenario where they try to do Roman Cody for a third year in a row.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I
don't need a rubber match between them.
Talking about Seth and Cody, and I'm like,
No, that's been done to death.
Oh, I know. I just
Punk and Cody is the money match. that is the Tony Khan you could have.
There it is.
This match.
That was the epitome of a sucker. Oh, that's great.
Oh, I love it. Sean backing him up.
Sean just lost his hat too.
Oh, the hat is off.
Oh, wow. Jesus, Sean, do you sweat?
Good Lord, Sean.
Sean's whole back is just
oh wet. My God.
Wow. All right.
Wait, one super kick puts him down? What the hell?
Yeah, they're just doing that for the fans. But
oh my god, that is Sean's hat. Sean's hat has now been so mangled that it looks like a floppy gardener's hat, like that a lady would be wearing.
Yes, Jason. My God, he is damp.
That man is moist.
What is
apologize to all you white women out there that don't like that word, but
100% wool. Like
he's still sweating heroin out of his body from 20 years ago.
Sean was a coke guy. He wasn't doing heroin.
Sean liked to go fast.
That's why that eye floats around where it does. There's no septum left. You're mad that he was selling Sweet Chin music?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
I said one super kick puts you down? What the hell?
Well, it was Sweet Chin music.
I know.
Sean doesn't throw super kicks.
I am being incredibly sarcastic.
The Young Bucks perfecting the super kick as well.
I am pointing an accusatory. I'm holding up a mirror, Kevin Apollo. I'm holding up a mirror to all of wrestling with that sarcastic comment.
I know this is the match that Joe's looking forward to the most.
Oh, I can't wait to see what it's like. Jacob Fatu is the Tasmanian Devil. So
werewolf.
Let's see. Couple super chats to get to. Ryan Damon for $5 says happy 5,000 for Tooney Talk TV. Woo! Why did NBC hit the SAP button? I guess it went into Spanish for a minute. John Williams for $1.99 says CeeLo got arrested, Marv. Oh, did he? What did CeeLo get arrested for? I don't know. I don't care. Last Call Podcast for $5 says when Jay wins tonight, I'm gonna yeet, Mish gonna yeet, Ward Dog is gonna yeet, and Marv's gonna yeet. It will be Yeetamania running wild. I did say if he wins tonight, I will yeet. BT23 for $5 says you could have Gunther face the winner of the Rumble because Cody is probably facing the winner of a bunch of people who wants him going at each other at the Chamber. I think whoever wins the Rumble goes. I think Punk wins the Rumble and goes for Cody. Cody definitely for $1.99 says KO looking like a middle school gym teacher. He does kind of look like a middle school gym teacher. John Williams for $4.99 says according to Hogan, he personally discovered Kevin Owens.
Of course. Yes.
According to Hogan, also, so Z100 apparently up in the Northeast, a buddy of mine was telling me they do a game now where they read an outrageous Hulk Hogan claim, and you have to say whether they made it up or whether it's a Hogan lie, like an actual Hogan lie. And the first one they let off with was that Elvis used to sneak into the building to watch Hogan wrestle. And, that's a real one Hogan has said. And Elvis died 2 years before Hogan's first match. So CWJ128 for $2. Yeah. It says, imagine if KO signed with AEW 3 years ago. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I remember hearing from all the AEW fans that was happening. Oh, Regina Sharp with a $50 from. Thank you so much, Regina Sharp, for Marvin to get a new Magic Funny White Powder Super Kick mirror. Oh, thank you so much, Regina Sharp. That was awesome. You get some clips played for that, my friend.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind. Everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they stay there.
And you get a... but thank you, Regina Sharp. That is awesome. Thank you so very much. Very, very generous. And Ryan Damon for $5. Haven't seen someone so mad at a hat since WrestleMania 32 when Zack Ryder pulled off the cowboy hat his father put on him after winning the IC title. Oof. True words were never spoken. Hey, Miss, what do you think about that thing that Cardona said recently where he said if he came out at the Royal Rumble, the place would go ballistic?
He's not wrong. I think a lot of people would be happy to see Matt Cardona back. I mean, he's really reinvented himself on the indies. And I think that he's grown a lot too. And then, of course, you got his wife there and stuff. Yeah. I was even thinking something simpler than just having him at the Royal Rumble, even having him come out there for his wife. Wouldn't that be wild,
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. BT23 for $2 also says, Marv, then if Cody Punk, what role does Seth play? I don't know. He goes and does something else.
That's why people are saying Seth and Cody this year. And I'm like, man, I really hope they don't.
I would love a main event scene that does not feature Seth Rollins right now. I need a break.
I agree.
I need a little break.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. It's just he's what do they call? Old faithful, tried and true.
Take a cue from Marvel and just cut him out.
Yeah. Just 0 hours.
I do want to thank Seth Rollins for giving me a wonderful headline for that Park Place recently. He told his fans that he's not in the movie, so he doesn't want anyone to waste their time to go to see Captain America. And so I got to say Seth Rollins doesn't want people to waste their time on Captain America. So thank you, Seth Rollins, because that was awesome.
Jeez. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Always the same 4 commercials. I swear to God.
It always is. I hate that.
For Hims, Subway. There was a car commercial and something else. So
I'm dying to finish Superman and Lois on, but it's on the CW app, and the CW app is so terrible with the same 3 commercials over and over and over again. And I'm like, maybe I could just wait till it comes on to Max. Regina Sharp for 5 says, how can we miss Seth if he never leaves? Exactly.
Well, I think when Becky comes back, it's his turn to watch the kids, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a one shows up, the other leaves.
Wonderful relationship. Oh, look, it's for Hims again. Oh, fantastic.
He just got back. He was gone for a while.
He's already overstayed his welcome. I get it. He comes out there. He was wearing a funny outfit.
Right.
Great.
He's just one of those guys I just don't understand.
I enjoyed him during the Punk feud because he was actually being like a human being again. Man. I couldn't stand him during the Mania build last year.
No.
When he was just like a simp for Cody.
And he still has a role to play with the CM Punk stuff anyways, and the Roman Reigns stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. You could have him go against Jacob Fatu or something. I don't know. Anything. There's a million things that he could go do. All right, we're back, and Braun Strowman is in the ring.
Why is this happening, by the way? I missed SmackDown.
It's just kind
of. I don't know. Yeah, Mish, was it just
this exhibition? That's what it is. Trying to give him some something to do to make him look good. I mean, this has got to be the real start of the singles push for Jacob Fatu, right? Like that's what.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, is this how he does all of his entrances now? Does he cut a little promo and does he get the Goldberg but cuts a promo during it?
Not usually. This is.
Can we make this a thing? Because this is awesome. Look, there's Trip. I love how the gorilla position is its own little chamber
room.
Now. Yeah. As opposed to just back when Gorilla was doing it, and it's just a table on the other side of the curtain. Oh man. This guy's the future, I'm telling you. I think this time next year we're talking about him winning the Rumble.
I hope so. I hope he stays healthy. I agree with you. He's got a lot of overhead. A lot of people have really attached it. I mean, out of the new bloodline, to say that he's the only one that really survived it, I don't think it's false. As much as I love Solo, he seems worse for wear after this whole new bloodline thing is starting to fall apart. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, look, the Tongans, there's always going to be room for them in the tag division. Because they're a tag team that can go, but yeah, Solo. I feel like Solo's push is kind of over with,
which is sad because he's really young. He needs something fresh. He needs to change.
Yeah, I agree.
The Tongans, they're just a mid tag team though.
We've never seen Solo not involved with the rest of his family. I would like to see Solo on his own doing other things outside the bloodline stuff.
Right. Yeah, just in NXT. That was about it.
That is, look at the like. I never thought like there'd be somebody standing in a ring with Braun Strowman, and it'd be like, if you got to fight one of these two guys, which one would it be? And I'd be like Braun Strowman,
right?
Because I feel like I could escape from Braun Strowman. I feel like all I'd have to do is get a good enough head start, and I could probably get away. And eventually, Braun would be like, never mind. But I feel like Jacob Fatu, it's like summoning Candyman on Halloween. He's gonna follow you to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, Jacob definitely has that savagery down.
Yeah,
just that relentless.
Like that is a man who will his nose could come off in the fight, and he's still fighting.
Right. He's relentless. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Braun Strowman used to have that. I mean, back when he was flipping semi-trucks on Roman Reigns, Braun was definitely that guy once upon a time. But he's kind of simmered down over the years. It's almost like looking at a before and after picture with these two guys.
Yeah, kind of.
Ooh, that was...
Yeah, you could tell Braun is moving kind of like gingerly on his legs.
Yeah.
It's also clear. It's also clear he's not working his legs out right now because they look very skinny.
They've been, but isn't that because of the surgeries or whatever?
Probably. Probably. Oh, back to commercial break.
In this commercial, again, the cat dog thing or whatever it is.
Cat dog. Alone in the world. Cat dog.
Part man. Part dog, part man.
I hate it. By the way, I hate it. In the world of Nicktoons, I hated Cat Dog.
Oh, yeah.
Could not stand Cat Dog.
Yeah, this is Dog Man. Also very, very creative. What if there's a dog and he's also a man? Make it a movie.
And like the concept behind this movie is horrifying. That it's like this police officer and this dog that are like both injured, and so they cut off the guy's head and sew the dog's head onto him.
It's like a cartoon version of The Fly.
Yeah. I was at Universal today. There was stuff for this all over the place for Dog Man, and I was just like, "What? No, this is a terrifying concept."
It's a very popular kids book, right?
I guess.
Is that what it is? Yeah,
I think because I think my daughter has a bunch of them.
My kids have aged out of that, so. My oldest right now is collecting his Warhammer 40K series.
Nice.
So, I played Warhammer. I played the Space Marine for the first time like 2 weeks ago. Like I just got like a trial to like test it out. That game rocks.
Oh yeah,
it's like
as hell. Yeah.
It's like, my goodness, the sword is a chainsaw. And I was just like, I'm in, man. Like,
all you need is a chainsaw, a bolter, and life is good.
Yeah, for the Emperor. Because the reason I tried it out was because I have to write about it a lot for that Park Place, because every other day there's a new thing about female custodies or whatever. With Amazon trying to inject identity politics into the series, and so I was like, okay, if I'm gonna have to talk about this, I have to actually know what I'm talking about. So I did a lot of research into it, and then I started playing the game, and then I got really into the game. So I'm gonna have to actually.
The lore is insane. Like the lore is so detailed, and that's where he's at. Like I don't even know if he's playing the games because he was never much of a video gamer. I think he's still doing tabletop, and I know he's making and painting his own figures. So that's where he's at. He's one of those guys that's going to end up at all those cons, bringing like boxes worth of shit just to play a game with the fans.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of people that do that, Henry Cavill is set to be in the Warhammer 40K Amazon series. So see if that ends up happening. The second, if he catches a whiff of them trying to change things, he's out of there. So.
He's that big of a fan?
Yeah.
Well, he also has a producer credit. I think an executive producer credit. So allegedly, he's been the bulwark keeping the woke crap out of the show. Mm-hmm. That's why it's gotten delayed. Oh, wow. He's Churchill in the woke blitz right now.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
Oh, what is this documentary they're doing a thing for? So it looks like a true crime. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker tapes. Oh, I'd watch that. Let's see. We got some more super chats to get to, I believe. DWJ 128 for $2 says, so AEW signed everyone but Jacob Fatu? Pretty much. John Williams for 199 says 40K makes Star Wars blush with extended media. Yes, it does. And Regina Sharp says Marvin saying "for the Emperor" sounded like the new intern tech priest way in the back, picking the wrong time to say it.
Tech priest. Orcs. Yeah.
You know who I want to learn more about? The green shirt guy and the Macho Man cosplayer that are in the front row of every friggin' WWE show.
Well, I can tell you they have money.
Well, you think they have money and they don't apparently have to work.
All right. Well, that usually comes with having that money. Right.
Yeah.
They probably own some shares and
JPS says Dog Cop sounds like a Rob Schneider movie. Rob Schneider is the dog man. He's about to find out that being a dog isn't all it's cracked up to be.
This match is wild. These guys are throwing each other. It's just, you don't expect seeing Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman leaving their feet this much. Oh, he did the choo-choo.
He's doing it.
Wow.
From bad cop to good boy.
Rob Schneider is the dog man. Hey, he was taking some big steps there, Mish, with that choo-choo.
Yeah, but he's ginger. Watch him the second time around. He is very. Yeah.
He's like, it didn't feel great.
That was a slight jog on that second one.
Oh my gosh, Jacob is throwing himself across the room.
I know, that's what I'm saying. These guys are flying for each other. Yeah, Braun is already getting winded. Come on, dude. Suck it up, brother. Oh, all right. Yeah.
Oh, he's doing a third one? This poor guy.
Yeah.
You see this tweet from Jimmy Corderas?
No, what did he say?
Am I the only one hoping Gunther retains the World Heavyweight Championship, only to read Rikishi's tweets afterwards?
What? What's Rikishi tweeting?
Anytime anything happens with the boys, Rikishi goes on a borderline unhinged tweet tirade.
Yeah, about how they're not getting treated fairly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only the top 5 biggest stars in the company. Not big enough.
He's the biggest merchandise seller they have right now.
Oh, I believe.
Which is why I think he's winning. Oh man. Okay, Jacob is definitely protecting him here with these Umaga butts.
Yeah.
Perfect camera cut there. God.
Yeah, Strowman looks like he needs a nap.
Oh, that's how we get jobbing on Strowman.
Jeez Louise. With the way the camera work is now, do you ever just watch wrestling now and just been like, man, what's his face? Bucky Beaver, whatever. Kevin Dunn. Like, man, Kevin Dunn really sucked.
Yeah. He was used to a style and he stuck with that style and nobody could tell him otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's even more messed up too is how many hundreds, maybe even thousands of people did WWE acquire from different networks, different shows, interns that all had creative ideas, and he just went, nope. Right.
Oh, well, look at what happened. They all got the exposure from WWE, and then they went to ESPN, UFC.
Yep.
And
my gosh, I remember. I'm sorry to cut you off, Kevin. I remember in the mid 2000s when they were first talking about making the WWE network, when Shane pitched the idea in 2005, 2006. It was right around the same time that they were trying to grab all these former MLB producers and these former NFL producers and get them to work staff for WWE. And it's just did anything change? Nothing changed, which was all Kevin Dunn's doing,
Oh, well, Ron. Really,
that is a perfect finish to this match.
Yeah.
That he threw the ref and would not stop doing the Umaga butt.
I love the snot in his beard. That's great.
Yes, amazing.
I love those disgusting. Oh, look at the blood. Wow. Okay, great.
Oh, I haven't gotten to the blood yet. What's going on? Braun?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's fake, but
it looks like he has a busted.
Yeah. I was gonna say you can watch him pop the pill.
Yeah. But still, it looks good.
Yeah, actually, it looks really good, and it makes perfect sense.
That's why whenever you're like, "Oh, it's fake blood," I'm like, "Yeah, so is the blood in every movie you've ever seen." Like at some point, people need to start looking at this as it's a television show.
They can't.
It's a fictional, scripted television show.
There are so many people that know it's kayfabe, but then they look at the results of this and get upset.
Well, that's why even as I remember when I was a teenager. Oh my goodness. As a teenager, my father hated wrestling. Hates wrestling still to this day.
Oh wow.
And he would be like, it's fake, and I'd be like, yeah, so is every other TV show on TV.
Right.
When people when I yeah, I mean, The Sopranos is fake too. Usually when people that aren't my father say it to me, I say, yeah, so is Star Wars. But my dad, that would have gone right over his bald head.
Wow, this is savage and brutal. I'm loving this. This is great. You're right. This is everything this needed to be.
Yep.
This is a great standalone single performance by Jacob Fatu.
Yes, Absolutely. They turned this into a car wreck, and we've just watched him decimate the monster among men.
Yeah.
And just decimate. And without any run-ins or clean as a nun's bed sheets. I'm talking about real nuns, not the nuns in Conclave. Also on Peacock.
He's going back.
He is going back. And another thing. I wish he just turned around and be like, and another thing. All right, so I'm assuming Braun is taking some time off.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Which what makes sense to me. Give him some time off till Bronson Reed returns. I want to see that feud come back.
Yeah, Braun needs to. I think Braun needs to periodically take some break. I think there's plenty of guys on this roster where they need to go away every once in a while. Braun almost like the attraction guys.
Well, you got to use more attractions though. They just don't seem to really know what to do with Braun since he came back.
I've always said
they had a minute there though, Apollo. Don't you think with Bronson Reed?
I was saying that's about it. We caught some mini fire with the Bronson Reed stuff. Oh wait, I forgot that he was tagging with Ricochet. That's right.
Oh, that was great too. But yeah, and Ricochet did okay for himself as much as we can kind of be down on him. I mean, the stuff with Logan Paul looked really good too.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I was listening to people tell me how much better he is in AEW than WWE, and I'm like, I think I'm remembering this differently.
I don't think so, Tim.
Oh, that was good. That was a fun segment.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Main event. Good Lord.
Jeez. So I started watching. I was watching today was I started rewatching the Ted series on Peacock.
Oh, the TV series?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I vaguely remember it. I did watch some of it. I didn't get through it though.
They're at a Halloween party. And he's like, watch this. Everybody wave your hands in the air. And they all start waving their hands. And he goes, everybody jump up and down. And they're all jumping up and down. He goes, let's invade Poland. And they all start cheering. And he goes, you see that? That's the Milgram experiment. And that's terrifying.
Oof.
I was like, that's a great joke.
Jesus.
That's how they did it. Ted is much like a lot of Seth MacFarlane stuff that isn't the Orville. Ted is really great to watch, like Even the movies are really great to watch, chopped up into like joke compilations.
Yeah.
Family Guy. The best way to watch Family Guy is to just find like a 30-minute compilation of somebody being like the darkest Family Guy jokes and just watch them, like watch the whole thing on YouTube.
I don't think I've done that. I need to do that.
I do that all the time. It's how I pretty much watch Family Guy now.
You just watch the worst stuff. That's great.
Oh yeah, no, I'll watch like the darkest. It'll be like the darkest jokes, the most offensive jokes. But yeah, Ted is such a funny show. Like
I've actually been finding myself getting into the new season of Kinnikuman on Netflix, which is great. I don't know if you ever followed it, but like Muscle Man and all that stuff, or Ultimate Muscle, but just so bloody and so gory, so much death. Like the guy loses a match and he just stabs himself through the chest and dies. And it's like, wow, that's how wrestling should be, right?
Right.
But it's hilarious. It's
clearly the wrestlers of today just don't care enough.
Yeah, they're just they're whipping out on everybody. But it's fun. It's fun, and I guess it's currently it's live because every week Netflix puts up a new episode.
Yeah,
and I'm getting through that, and I just got through Squid Games 2.
What'd you think? Not as good. Not as good, but not bad.
They dumbed down the characters. The cop was nowhere near as smart as he was in season 1. It's like I don't know.
The cop wasn't smart anymore. I like getting to see a bit more like behind the scenes stuff of like the soldiers.
Yeah. The firefight was awesome.
The firefight was good. I didn't like that it ended on a cliffhanger. It was, I don't know. It was just very different. It was different, but also not different enough. I don't know. I had very mixed feelings on it.
I think it was season 1. They didn't know if there was going to be a season 2, so it felt very complete. Season 2 felt like we know there's going to be a season 3. You know? Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. Season 3. They've already got a.
Arn. They got
good. Arn
and Tully. There we go. She's not around. Never mind.
Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
She's in TNA and they're working together. So.
And there's Fluffy. I see Fluffy back there.
Yeah. They haven't showed him on camera. Is he there just to watch? He's just sitting there watching.
He's just wearing his WWE shirt, just sitting behind Michael Cole. Sitting behind Michael.
Maggle. That's why I miss JBL calling him Maggle.
I know.
I tell you, Maggle. This reminds me of random thing from the 80s. Did they just call that the Okerlund position? Because I mark out for that. Let's make that a thing.
Huh.
I think Michael Cole just said in the Okerlund position.
That's awesome.
Hey, make that a thing. Jesse with his sunglasses on. Jesse is every like hippie grandpa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. He belongs though. The fact that it took him so long to come back to WWE is ridiculous.
I mean, I think that he's back now because Vince isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Vince is gone, huh? Okay. I got time for you.
I kind of like the kid.
Right.
I ain't got time to bleed, but I got time for you.
Anybody hear about Shane since all this is finally over? Like, I haven't heard.
You know what? I had heard I have a source that was basically like, it's happening. Shane is going to AEW. Like Shane was apparently supposed to be involved in the Moxley stuff. And for some reason, it's just not happening.
Right.
I think maybe Shane had second thoughts.
Huh.
I think Shane sees empty arenas and lame execution is like, nah, I'm not torching my legacy on this.
I mean, you're not wrong. Why would you look at WWE's events and look at AEW's and go, yeah, that's the better choice?
The writing was on the wall with Shane in how like he was going to AEW. They did that quote unquote leaked photograph
right?
That was totally not planned to get people talking, and then for some reason, it didn't happen.
Right. And I think Shane was even caught in an interview. They were asking about it, and he did the whole, we just talked about things, other projects. Like it was such a denial of service kind of response.
Well, and I had heard that like the whole thing was Shane was supposed to lead a big group of former WWE guys.
Like an invasion, right?
Yeah, do an invasion angle with Shane. But not to be confused with the invasion angle the Bucks did or the invasion angle that Moxley did right after them. It's like he's only got like 3 stories and he just recycles them. All right.
Currently.
It's time.
Right. Yeah, here we go. Wow. Still coming out like he's the newest Shield member. Good for him.
I don't like the crowd entrances.
Really?
Yeah, I think it loses something.
Okay.
I think it's fine once in a while. I think when you do it every week, it loses its like. Well, I don't know. I like how DDP used to leave through the crowd. I liked that.
It's not for the people watching at home. It's for the live audience. That's why it's one of those. It's a flip the dynamic.
I got you.
But that's what I think it was more. I would love
this stuff. I love even watching that at home. Him with the random kid there that has his glasses on. Like that's that Bret Hart kind of feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
I don't know. Maybe that's part of the kids. I look at that. My kids would have fucking marked out for that moment.
Well, yeah, like Ray.
I was saying it's part of the babyface allure because WWE has mastered the fan experience aspect of it. Now it's Jay comes to the crowd, and now when tickets go on sale in your area, now you get the chance to possibly be yeeted.
Right.
Yeah.
You think somebody's studying the rows to know which ones to go to? Like, this is the row they're clearing out. That's where Jay's coming.
I mean, think about that stupid the Punk Drew storyline with the bracelet. Yeah. It's like some random get from a random fan turned into a major storyline. It does not get better. It doesn't get better than that.
And that little bracelet was more impactful than any of AEW's titles.
Yeah. It was definitely controversial. All this over a bracelet? No, stupid. It's what the bracelet represents.
Stop being obtuse.
The fact that he even had to cut that in a promo. Like he had to actually tell people it's not actually about the bracelet, people. Jesus.
People are dumb. People are very dumb. So the I liked what remember when Diamond Dallas Page as the People's Champion, he would come out through the entranceway, he'd wrestle the match, and when he won, he would leave through the crowd. I always loved that because then the crowd was part of his celebration after the match. I mean, I guess the caveat there is, that only works if he wins.
Right.
But still, I think leaving through the crowd, I think right now, because right now when you come out through the crowd, I think people still think Shield.
Yeah. I think we're long past that.
You know who I always think of immediately when we're talking about crowd entrances? I always go back to Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time.
That's the greatest crowd entrance of all time.
Sandman, Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
Do you think do you think if they could have gotten Enter Sandman and had gotten the Sandman back at a time when he was still in his prime? Well, if he ever had a prime.
I was going to say, when was that?
Yeah. That WWE would have embraced the Sandman entrance.
Vince loved the Sandman.
Did he?
It's just Enter Sandman is millions of dollars. That's why they only paid for it once.
I'm actually surprised to hear you say that because I always would figure that Vince would look at Sandman and go, why is that guy ripping off Steve?
It's funny because Steve ripped off him.
Yeah. Right. I mean, in Vince McMahon's world, it would have probably been the other way around.
Well, it's like Sandman was a self-made man. He was a no BS, just dude. Like it's everything Vince loves. Vince loves tough guys. That's why he loved Taz, even though he never did much with Taz. He would oftentimes tell Taz, "How come they don't make them like you anymore?" He loved him because Sandman was just straight up, no BS, no frills, blue collar, but also rich. He just respected it. The that well,
didn't Sandman own like a construction company or something?
Yeah,
or
construction company. Yeah, remember Sandman got all of the love out of original ECW, even when he was on Raw. They gave Sandman the super awesome Raw entrance, and they tweaked his music so it sounded a little more like Enter Sandman, more so than anybody else. It's just Sandman was like, I don't want to do this, I'm out. And they're like, okay, cool.
Man, it's why I can't watch replays of One Night Stand, or if I do watch One Night Stand, I have to stop like the official thing and try to find a bootleg somewhere online to watch the Sandman's entrance, because they don't have the replay rights for Enter Sandman.
Right.
Which is where I'm like, you're going to spend all that money. Why not just go for it and have it?
They should have at least put it in one of their video games.
Or at the very least, pull a Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart has made more rip-off theme songs by changing by changing pitch and tone.
Yeah, in an AI world, you could do it.
Kurt Cobain's estate has something to say to Jimmy Hart about DDP's entrance theme.
I never saw John Cena do a McDonald's commercial, but I just saw that now.
Oh God, did you see that?
I took a
MK Ultra Cena commercial.
We watched it on Tuesday, and I was like, "This is the creepiest thing I've ever seen." Or no, we watched it on Tooney Town TV. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Trish was reacting to it. Oh man,
you were not being programmed by CIA right now,
right?
RFK Jr. is your enemy. Eat trans fats.
Big Mac. When John Cena takes a bite of anything McDonald's, he's spitting it right out once that camera stops.
Like, what the hell is John Cena eating at McDonald's? A salad?
Yeah. How is John Cena as the spokesman for McDonald's? John Cena has probably not put anything McDonald's in his body ever.
If John Cena is eating anything from McDonald's, it's a McRib.
Oof.
It's when I remember my wife still calls Wade Barrett One Chip Man, because when they were sponsored by Ruffles for one of the pay-per-views, the pre-show team had a big bowl of chips, and they were all like, Booker T's eating handfuls of them at a time, and it's clear that Wade Barrett has to eat at least one, and so he takes one, and he takes the smallest bite of it that you could possibly take, and looks like he just bit into a steaming turd.
Oh, he was feeling that up.
Come on. Oh, it was so funny. He wanted nothing to do with that potato chip.
That's awesome.
Booker T is literally pulling out handfuls and just mashing them into his mouth like he's the Cookie Monster.
I'm the Ruffle Monster.
Oh, no.
Yes. Gunther looks like a villain from a Die Hard movie. Yeah, no, he would have been with Hans Gruber. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been the brother. I think he would have been the better brother.
A few super chats for the main event. John Williams of 499 says, "Hey Marv, have you heard the reason why the Bucks invasion stopped? Tony Khan didn't like the idea of people thinking somebody else was booking."
I heard that too.
I've heard that. I don't know if that rumor is true, but I believe it. I would believe it. If somebody was like, "Is this plausible?" I'd be like, yes. And BT23 for $2 says, "Does Jay lose clean or because of Ludwig or Solo?" I think Jay wins. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going with the Gunther retain, especially after the promo. If anything, that promo on Monday is going to make Jey Uso even bigger of a underdog. You're just a tag team guy. And then Gunther comes out, next Monday, this Monday coming up, and says, "See, I was right. You're just a tag team guy."
All right, over under 5 super kicks.
4. I'll go 4. 4 above.
All right, so you're going under? Kev, over under on the super kicks. 5.
I think. Hold on.
I'm also going to go under. I think Gunther's not playing the super kick game. I think he'll do 3.
I think you need to watch more Gunther's indie matches. Actually, I think 5 is the magic number.
Oh,
you're going right at 5.
Yeah.
All right, place your bets, gentlemen. It'll be like, didn't you tell me that once upon a time when you were working the indies, they used to do a pool every night of how many suplexes some guy did?
Yeah. Yep.
We should do that with super kicks every Jey Uso match when we go live. But like you said money changed hands on that, right?
Oh yes. On the suplex pool, absolutely.
That's a serious thing. That's hilarious. Is that is that common in most indie feds? Like, do they do that here and there?
It depends on the guys. It depends on the locker room.
Okay.
But this one particular guy just loved learning how to do suplexes and only wanted to throw suplexes. But it was funny because he wasn't built like a human who should be throwing suplexes. His belly oftentimes got in the way of your of the suplex. So,
he's the one. Oh, he's the one that you told me, like, when he threw you up over his head, you literally had the so this is how it ends.
Oh no, that was someone else. That was Behi Rest. That was Lucky. This wrestler, he was just like, you come across people who you're like, who trained you? How did you get trained? Why are you here? But he is of value to the promoter, so he gets matches. And his partner was phenomenal. His partner was freaking nominal. This dude named Louis the Hand was an awesome wrestler. But it's a tag match. He goes to give me a flapjack, and I'm up there, but like it was like zero strength, zero like just no foundation. Like I essentially gave the move to myself, and while I'm up there, I'm like, this dude is crumbling. I'm not being guided anywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, this is how I'm going to die.
Oh, shit. Jesus, Kevin.
This is it.
It felt like everything was going in slow motion, like it was a French movie.
Black and white. Fiend.
But I remember you telling me this story, and I laughed so hard I cried. When you talk about how like everybody would gather around the monitor and just count this guy's suplexes.
Yep.
Dude, that sounds fucking hilarious.
You sit in the corner and watch him call the match, and just start laughing because he's like simulating everything, and then he'd get out there, we go to TV, and then someone would scream out, "What do we got?" And then the dollars would start coming out.
Oh, dude, I just love the idea that there's some magical punch bowl in the back with money floating in it every time this dude does a suplex. That's hilarious.
And then 1, 2, 3.
And he doesn't know because he's out there trying to.
But like, it was never fixed.
That's the most amazing thing about it to me.
You got one, kinda.
One super kick?
Yeah. It was reversed, but there wasn't
no, it's got to connect. It's got to connect.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All
right. Ric Flair here saying Ruffles kind of suck in my opinion. Okay. Modern Ruffles, do you guys remember ranch Ruffles?
Yeah.
I do not.
Ranch flavored Ruffles. It was like Cool Ranch but Ruffles. It was my favorite chip of all time, and they got rid of it when I was a kid and never brought it back. It is like if I could just get that and Ecto Cooler back on like a consistent basis.
Ecto Cooler.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I have 3. Ruffles Ranch chips, Ecto Cooler, and Flintstones Push Pops, ice cream pops.
Oh,
my life would be complete. They're more like sherbet pops, but
I was never a fan of the Ruffles. I did not like that Ruffles had ridges. I was not a big fan of the ridges.
Ruffles have ridges.
Yeah. I was a Lay's guy. I like my potato chips just thin sliced. That's it. That's that Illinois potato chip that they gave you at every game. High school, NFL, didn't matter. Same thing.
Jay Evans knows what I'm talking about. Yes, they were awesome on subs. John Williams checking in for $5. Please, Scott, anything but a suplex. I beg of you. Suplex. Remember that match?
Yep.
We've got to do a watch along of that. Triple H and Scott Steiner at the Royal Rumble with the overhead belly to belly suplexes.
Oh wow! I have not watched that in forever.
Let me catch my wind. This is what we're gonna do.
Rick hip suplex.
Overhead belly to belly.
Is that the one where his thong was showing too?
Yes.
Yeah, his ass. Yeah.
My pretty pink thong.
Oh my gosh. It was like magenta. Scott Steiner. I
You're still as white when they started. So
I have a Steiner story. I need to get permission though to see if I can tell it.
Oh.
To Scott Steiner and the Indies.
Oh man, I can't even imagine what he was like in an indie locker room.
Oh. Hold on, let me just make this text.
Can we have a Sursa of what the year was, the timeline?
Oh, it's just a couple years ago. It was
right.
Yeah, just a couple years ago. It was a couple years ago in Jersey. I thought I'm gonna tell it. So I went with a friend of mine to a show, and this card was stacked. It was Steiner, Raven was there, but like Raven didn't wrestle. He just kept popping in and out. Like, it's like he kept popping in and out almost to just advance the plot.
Huh.
He'd make a comment, and when you turned around, he was not there.
All right.
He just kept ninja vanishing. Manny, was a Raging Bull. Manny Fernandez was there. Oh God, there were like two other people there. The promoter who's running the show, the match that Steiner's in, the kid that Steiner's going to wrestle is he's actually mentally handicapped.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just a big like big Igor, like Frankenstein monster kid who just happens to have an extra set of chromosomes. So this promoter though doesn't tell people this. However, my friend, having had wrestled this person before, was fully aware of it. And he was like, listen, I just need you guys to tell me when Scotty gets here, because I'll work with Scotty and I'll call the match for the kid. And so like everyone's okay, well, he isn't here yet, but we'll get you. So my buddy goes out for his match. And then while he's out there wrestling, Raven appears and goes, he's out there. Scotty's here in the back, and I think he's going to go talk to Mongo. This should be interesting. Turn around, Raven's gone. It was like he was never there. Yeah, just there to advance the plot.
That's funny.
Now I'm like, oh my God. Like someone's got to go back there and tell him. So match's over, he's walking the back way. Listen, we just found out that Scott is here. He wanted to go talk to the kid. So now we're double timing it to the back. And Steiner's standing there with the kid, and they're talking and going over the match. And I have my camera on. So Steiner's like, hey, and I laughed like Steiner's normal people voice is like just it's very mellow, very relaxed.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're gonna do this, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna turn around, and then you're gonna chop me, pop. The kid, that he's not a kid, but the kid chops Steiner, and I'm like, full strength, chops him. You hear like it ripples through the locker room. Everybody stops speaking.
Oh shit!
And everybody looks in the direction, and then Steiner goes, "Can I curse?"
Go ahead.
Okay. What are you, a fucking retard?
In the ring?
No, in the back. So, my buddy runs over and whispers in Steiner's ear, and the Steiner goes, "Oh, he is?" Why didn't someone tell me this?
Why am I working him?
Oh, and then Raven appears again to go, that was better than I thought. That was better than I could have imagined. And then he was gone again.
Wow.
Raven just pauses to go, it's beautiful.
Oh, he is. That's awesome.
But his angry voice is the big Papa Pump voice.
Yeah. Oh man.
Just a few minutes left of this match. It's already 9:54 on.
Yeah, I no longer think that Jay is going to win this with this many commercial breaks.
Yeah, this last one did not need to happen.
Oh, this is killer. This last commercial break, my goodness.
Here we go. Yeah, 3 commercial breaks now. No, 2. 2. Yeah, 2 for this.
Well, there was one. Yeah, there was one after Jay's entrance, and now we just had a second one. Now we're back.
Yeah.
There's probably been 6 super kicks while we were away.
What was it? 9:55.
Yeah, they might go. Can they go beyond 10? Like, can they get the overrun?
Don't know if they have that for.
Was that supposed to be in the side like that on the kidney, or was he aiming for the head? That little spinny kick.
I think it was a little low.
1 super kick.
Yeah, there's 1.
I cannot stand the super kick disrespect with it being like it's a side kick to the face. Like There's a reason why it was so believable that Sean couldn't use it as a knockout finisher as small as he was. Because I don't care how big the person is, somebody side kicks you in the face.
Right.
It's gonna hurt.
But I think that's the beauty of different wrestlers doing it. They're never going to be as great as the person that perfected it first.
Yeah, but you also think a guy like Kevin Owens' size super kicking you should be more effective than a guy Shawn Michaels' size super kicking you. But then again, you consider like surgical precision of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. You have to buy all those buzzwords into it. Yeah, Shawn Michaels has been doing this for 30 years. He knows how to kick a fly off the side of a bald man's head. Like, it's just
what makes it so egregious when it gets overdone is that we live in a post-popular UFC world. So when you watch a fighter kick someone in the face and the guy drops immediately, and you're watching 2 dumpy-bodied 130-pound wrestlers in trash bag pants do it, you're like, okay, come on, dude. This well-trained and crafted killer went down in milliseconds. You two are not him.
Good Lord.
I think that's where I've always kind of played it off in my head as a fan. Is when I see those. Oh, okay, there we go. There's the finish.
Man, a big kickity kick.
Was that the finish? Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, I'm sorry. But that's where I've always kind of played it off in my head as a fan, is that when you see these younger kids or these much smaller kids doing it, as a fan, you look at them and go, well, they're not him. They don't know how to do the move like him. They don't weigh the same as him. They don't put the force behind it. Like, you let the announcers kind of paint those pictures for you. But as a fan, that's what you have to go to keep the.
Hey, Macho Man's got an Ultimate Warrior sitting next to him in the front row.
Does he?
Yeah.
The Ultimate Maniacs have been reunited.
I guess so.
Oh, man.
There might be a female Ultimate Warrior, though. So in the Netflix version.
Oh.
And a spear.
Looks like he has a Daniel Bryan next to him, really.
By the way, whenever Michael Cole starts screaming, Jay's going to do it, Jay's going to do it, you could pretty much guarantee the kick out is coming.
There's a 2.
Do you think the green shirt guy and the Macho Man guy are there, like, together?
You mean together?
No, like, do you think they're friends? They travel together?
Oh, I don't know.
The green shirt mean guy? Or smiley face guy?
Yeah. Hi there, face here. Big splash.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, I thought he had. I legit thought that one was it. Oh, Gunther is calling very loudly in that ring right now. Oh. You saw like the full on eye contact at Gunther speaking very quickly to Jay.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, what we got here?
Nice. Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
That is mean. That is a mean win.
Yeah.
He folded him up
All
like
right.
a xylophone. That
was a good match. That was damn good.
His feet weren't even on the ground during the pin.
Now I don't have to eat.
Yeah, only 2 super kicks, guys. Only 2.
I know. I told you Gunther's not playing that game.
Wow, so everything
modern day Gunther is not playing that game. I'll say that. What was that?
Everything went down the way it was kind of written out. I don't think there was any real big surprises tonight.
No.
Just some good matches.
But the matches were all solid, which, from what the AEW fans tell us is all you need.
Yeah.
When is the next AEW pay-per-view?
Oh. Australia was canceled, right?
Isn't it like right after the Rumble?
Oh God, I hope not.
Yeah, like Sunday or something.
Oh, it better not be.
That'll be great. February 15th. Thank you, Liger J.
Oh, good. All right. When am I going to see Captain America? Damn it.
Oh, yeah. I know it's not in Australia. I was just making a joke. Sorry.
Regina Sharp for 10. No yeets for chat. No yeets. Oh, I play my violin. Cough. Sorry. Nervous tick.
That's it. There we go.
All right.
That
does it, guys.
Event.
That was a solid show. I enjoyed that. I'm glad we went live for it.
It was not bad.
Thank you guys. Mish, why don't you tell the fine folks at home where they can find more about you and everything that you're up to?
We're on WrestlingSoup.com. And doing a post show right now with myself and Joe over on the Discord, discord.gg/wrestling soup. Feel free to swing on by. And all of our links and stuff are right there. We're going to be putting up another link for Lou Fisto's donation page. She's still going through surgery. Awesome. She's going through another surgery coming up, like very shortly, and still like $80,000 in the hole. So it's like, God, yeah, that's just crazy. Medical stuff is just ridiculous. But yeah. But with that said, feel free to stop by, and much love to you boys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, we always love having you here, Mish. Yeah, you're the best.
Oh yeah, anytime, guys. Anytime you guys want to come on over to, just ring a dingy or just jump in.
Just I'm willing to go whenever. So you just let me know when you guys, because I always love coming over there and talking to you guys.
Every Thursday we do a show. Every post pay-per-view we do a show, because I know you guys like to do the live streams, but if you feel like talking about it for another hour and a half after you've been talking about it for 4 hours, come on over.
That might work. That might work. All right, Kevin Apollo, tell the fine folks where they can find more of what you do.
Yeah, I guess come hang out with me on the X machine at War Dog Apollo, or on the Instagrams, at WarDog_Apollo. You can also go to the ACW websites, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the same thing, ACW_Coliseum, COLOSSEUM. That's right, like Pokemon Stadium. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Tuesday and Thursday for the TV time, and then I don't know, maybe I might be someplace on Wednesdays now. I gotta reread this. I gotta reread this DM, but my Wednesdays may be accounted for now. I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know.
Cool. Well, and guys, also Thursday we are going to be doing our big 5,000 subscriber celebration for Tooney Talk TV. So make sure it's not to be missed. And thank you guys for being a part of the Tooney Town channel. Thank you for everyone that chatted, everyone that super chatted, everyone that just popped in to watch along with us here tonight. Been great hanging with you from all of us here at the Tooney Town channels. I'm Marvin, the Movie Monster. Now get out of here! Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator!
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. But you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing. Thank you!
I got a little message. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah! Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks? For what?
Hi-ho from all of us here at Tooney Town. Thank you!
And viewers like you. Thank you.